Well,
we did it.
We're here.
We're here. And you sound good.
Thank you.
For being, just sick.
Yes, I was just sick. I am getting over. I am on the upward trajectory, which we love.
Your skin is glowing.
Why, thank you, as is yours.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I use retinol.
Great.
And toner.
Love.
And vitamin C serum.
Oh, that's us.
Oh, the iPad just started going, and I heard like a squeaky squawky, and I was like, "Who the hell's that?" And it was me.
You. It was you.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I sound like to all of you.
Hi, Mama Steele. Hi, Moop. Hi, Donovan. Hi, Olaf. We're happy to be here. It's been a week. Griffin's here. Oh, and Griffin also is going to be Patrick in the SpongeBob musical out of school.
Oh, that's so exciting!
Congratulations to Griffin.
We love a school musical.
Hi, Isaac.
Hello,
Dylan,
Isaac, Dylan, Jake, everybody, all the regulars.
Yes, how are we all feeling?
Anyone here for new? Here for the first time?
Here for the first time. I don't know. How am I feeling? I'm feeling better. I'm on my way up. I still feel like we'll see how I go as we are laughing because my laughs turn into coughs currently. So we're going to see how all of that goes.
All right. Well, if you pass out, then
yes.
Taylor Swift has that same NYU sweatshirt.
Hey, well, she got that honorary.
There's only one NYU sweatshirt.
Yeah,
I think it's
this one. Is that where she got her honorary? Did she get an honorary NYU degree at some point?
I don't know.
That feels right. Like she came and spoke to graduates or something.
Fuck that. I had to spend so much money to get a regular degree, and she got an honorary degree for free.
I mean, she has spent a lot of money, probably not to NYU, but to a lot of people in need, and so that's good.
That is true. She
has, still recovering from I'm Still Here in Best Picture. That's funny.
We'll talk about it.
Glad you're feeling better.
Shit.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not 100% right now, but like, night and day from where we were on Thursday. We'll talk about like the days and how they all went, but Thursday, when it was the day we're supposed to do our video for the week, and also we had another thing we were gonna do, just like a one-on-one consulting session with someone we're meeting. That I just was like, I literally cannot do this. Yeah. I cannot get out of bed.
Yeah, you seemed like you were on death's door.
Oh, I was. And it was like from there on out, I was like, okay, I can do one thing a day. And so this is my one thing a day.
One thing a day. Oh no, it's happening.
You see, these are my laughs.
As an awards junkie too, I loved your solo video steal over the Oscar noms. Thank you.
Yes, that was my idea.
Yeah, he was just like, if you want to make a video, you can. And I was just like, fuck, I really want to, but I know it's going to be a lot of work.
It was great.
It was great.
People loved it.
Time. And I'm happy I got to let it out, because if I didn't let it out, then I would try to let out 35 minutes of material in a 10-minute slot on the podcast, and I would have sounded like a crazy person.
So now, you don't even really have to talk about it.
We can skip it, guys.
No, we should talk about it a little bit.
I want to hear your thoughts.
I mean, I don't have that many thoughts, but Matt S., you did a great job on the Oscar Talk solo. Yes.
Thank you. I know I should make Two Gay Mats a solo show, shouldn't I? No, I can't set that camera up my goddamn self. Whenever it's just like, I have to do a video by myself, setting up.
I know.
The because it doesn't auto focus.
You know the new camera's autofocus.
Yes, I know. I don't have that camera though.
It's a good investment.
I was shooting on film.
You were not.
I was shooting 23.23 frames per second, baby. I was creating cinema.
Sure, but it wasn't on film.
The only thing keeping me alive right now is music and pop culture.
Yes.
This Trump's Back Challengers getting snubbed at the Oscars is the second worst thing that happened this week.
Palmer, I discovered Mariah's second Christmas album yesterday, and I'm telling you,
that's a great album.
Merry Christmas to You is excellent.
Oh, come all ye faithful.
Hello.
That glory to God. Glory.
Also, Christmas Time is in the Air Again is up there with Miss You Most at Christmas Time as like one of her best original Christmas songs. Yeah. And it's just, I love how the camera focused on the pillow, even though you moved it out of the way. That's funny. But yes, no. So it's not easy doing videos alone. I've done some before, and I've done this podcast with other people. So it was good that Matt still got to be in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and
this week.
It's interesting because you really you're talking to nobody. It's like, so you kind of lose your train of thought and you pause and you're like, okay, what else do I have to add?
But then you're like, I can edit this.
Then you can just edit. Yeah,
Hello?
there was a lot of I was shooting for an hour.
Wow, good for you.
And I edited it down, and then I was just like, I have to add the pictures, don't I? I have to do it, and that was That was some work. But
I love it.
As patrons are getting fed this month with all the content.
Hello, yes.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so glad you noticed. Yes, you're gonna get Gracie Abrams reactions. We just put up some Flow music video reactions. I want to react to some Doechii stuff this week.
No, everyone's just talking about that person.
I know, and
like,
she's performing at the Grammys on Sunday, and so I want us to be prepared. So I want
that next Sunday?
It is next Sunday. Yes. So I want to watch. I think the videos for Nissan Ultima, Alter Ego, and Denial is a River. But then also she did a performance of Denial is a River, I think on the Colbert Show. That was supposedly incredible. That I want us all to watch. So yes, this is why I run a blog and not a YouTube channel or a TikTok. That's funny. Hi, Ruben.
Margaret Qualley lip bite, they say.
Oh.
Is it sexy? Is it
my
Golden
gosh.
Globe nom worthy?
Oh my gosh, is this your substance person I'm dealing with today? Is
Yeah.
this, no.
The old Matt Steele is locked in a closet
You
somewhere.
crawled out of his bag.
Naked and cut open.
I need to go help him.
Yeah.
I need to go help him. I miss old Matt Steele.
Steele, would you say that the Best Picture lineup is better than last year's? I would say it is. I like them about equal, I would say. I think it's a good lineup. I'm at Palmer. I'm in the market for a weighted blanket.
Let me look and see
Make
the
sure
one that I
what brand
got.
did you go with?
I'm going to look.
Did you hear the new Tate song yet?
No, I have not heard it yet. I'm like, should we just wait for the album? Because she's
Yeah.
put out so many singles.
Are they singles even?
There's a music video for this one.
Okay. Grammys are going to be a bloodbath. It's
I
gonna be
know,
great.
but hopefully a good one. Didn't The Substance get snubbed? It get snubbed. It's nominated for Best Picture and
It's nominated
good
for
number
a
of
bunch
stuff.
of stuff.
Not-
I mean, there are some things I would have
Like-
preferred it got in for,
Like editing.
like editing, production design. A Margaret Qualley nomination would have been cool and deserved, but no, it got in for a good number of things.
My weighted blanket is from Betu, B-E-T-U.
Betu.
B2? I don't know. I love it. Matt Palmer, did you enjoy that?
Betu.
What a song.
I've listened to Tate McRae's new song, and we love everyone. Oh no, Tate!
I've heard good things about the song. The thing is, the girls really give Tate a hard time overall. I feel like that people just like aren't. I don't know why people aren't into her for whatever reason. They just like think. The thing is, you can't understand what she's saying, but that's the point. That's why it's fun.
I doubt the lyrics are that deep.
And they're like,
So,
it's also like, her vocal is XYZ. It's like, you're listening to her vocals? Like, it's about the song. It's the fun. It's the
vocals are character,
attitude.
though.
Yes.
It's the sexiness. It's the
I know.
it's okay. I'm okay.
Like, it's okay.
Like that is
have it.
art, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's a point of view.
Right.
Yeah. So we are Tate defenders here.
Will you be recording in
That's-
case Beyonce wins Album of the Year? I mean, I guess so. How many times can we? The thing is, every time we do it, I'm like, this is going to be so cute when she wins. And then it can be like, oh my gosh, we've been waiting all this time. But then it's like, if she just keeps losing, it's just
It's just going to be a bit, but it's going to be a bit. It's going to be a bit for Digging
It's
Up.
going to be a bit.
Do you think the brutalist chances for the Oscars are over after the AI controversy? I don't think so. I think people will stop talking about
Yeah.
it.
I've heard the new song is very Britney. Oh, that's always good.
Okay.
So Sad, No Sing Sing, and Real Pain in Best Picture. I will say, I may have seen Sing Sing over the weekend.
Oh.
And A Real Pain is on my list of like, there are only a few more Oscar-y movies that I really want to see this year. And Real Pain's on the list. And it's also just like sitting on Hulu waiting for me.
Sure. And it's short and easy to watch.
Yeah.
It's so it's for you. I don't think it will be a daunting,
Perfect.
like, I have to sit through, I have to really hunker down for this
Yeah.
one, so which I feel like sometimes you go into some movies thinking.
I mean, hey, and I was nervous about Conclave. I kind of went into it with that, and I was like, oh no, I'm invested.
Yeah.
Y'all are messy.
Well, the thing is, Conclave is like one of the like easier because it's one of the more traditional
Yes.
viewing experiences.
Yeah.
So you didn't need to be scared about.
I
Conclave.
didn't. Just like the cons, like the storyline. It's like, do I care about picking the Pope? I don't know.
See, that's like all of the inner politics of
No.
like all that shit. I am into it.
Ooh, Palmer, the radio's been playing Last Night's Mascara a lot lately, and I've been loving it. A classic. Yay, that's awesome.
Yeah, they'll give B Best Country Album, but not Album of the Year. Maybe Act 3. Maybe Act 3.
see.
But maybe Act 2.
Maybe Act 2. I think it's not outside of the realm of possibility, but I was more convinced last time, and we all know how that worked out,
Last time I was kind of just like, they're giving it to Harry. Last
I
time I did
couldn't.
not have the most optimistic of, which I was sad about. But
Were you more optimistic about Lemonade?
I was.
Yeah.
But I also knew if something were to beat Lemonade, it would be 25. I just saw The Last Showgirl this afternoon. It was really good. It went by really quickly, I guess. 1.5 hours. Well, Last Showgirl's an hour 20. Like, it's not even an
Wow.
hour and a half. Yeah.
Did they get nominated for anything?
No.
Oh, shit.
I really liked The Last Showgirl a lot. What's more likely, be Album of the Year or Diane Warren Best Original Song?
I would say
Beyonce.
the Album of the Year, yeah.
Just because I think El Mal has it.
I rewatched Hamilton and forgot how amazing it is. Philippa Sue can sing. Oh, my God.
Hamilton's
Unbelievable.
Did you guys hear the album title for Lady Gaga 7? Or
No,
I surprised. Did it?
I don't know. Did it leak? Did it come out? Because I know she her countdown ends tomorrow, so I assume she'll announce.
I guess don't tell us.
I guess don't
tell
tell
us in the chat. But like I don't know. Tell if you find it in there.
Do you want me to look?
Tell me. Maybe look, and then I could have a reaction for it.
Okay, all right.
This channel's about me, so
I don't know if that's
you
true.
tell me news, and I go.
Steele does one solo video, and he thinks the channel's about him.
Do you think Act 3 is Beyonce's last album?
No.
Diane Warren is never winning Best Original Song, but she'll get that now. Listen, Diane Warren at the Oscars is like me and Matt Palmer reacting to the Grammys when Beyonce is nominated for Album of the Year. It's just, you can always depend on it, and you can always depend on some disappointment.
Yes.
I think, because I know Diane Warren there's a biopic about her coming out. It would be so fucking poetic if the song that she writes for that wins the Oscar. I think that'd be so much fun.
Sorry, songs she writes for what?
That she writes for her like biopic.
Oh,
yeah,
I
like
see.
wouldn't that be fun?
That would be fun.
Which was more devastating, Emancipation or Renaissance not winning Album of the Year? It was Emancipation for me.
The thing is, it was like both of them were ridiculous. I would say Harry's House was more of a relevant album than How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb, I think, by U2, whatever the fuck that was. And the fact that, like, Emancipation not winning album was bad enough, but, like, We Belong Together not winning record was, like, truly...
It's rough.
It was just... There was a lot of craziness. But, yeah, the fact that Mariah's never won a general Grammy. But, I mean, she won Best New Artist, but outside of that...
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay.
And Lady Gaga, either.
Has she never won a...
I think she won New Artist.
She must have won.
But she's never won record or song. She could win song this year. The chat's gone by so fast.
Okay, I think I'm seeing the album title.
We have to... Are we talking about Emancipation of Flop Me again? Ooh, Jeff.
Go away.
What is happening with all these Bruno collabs?
I don't know, but I've only heard a clip of the new one with Sexy Red, and I'm like, what's happening exactly? It's like, you know, I know Bruno has his sexual side and everything, but it's like, you were supposed to be singing about Uptown Funk and, like, you know, catching grenades and things.
What is he doing in this Sexy Red thing?
He's talking a lot about pussy.
Oh,
yes,
no.
It's like a lot of, you know, just R-rated
His
material.
own, or?
No. He's like, it's just like R-rated material that you wouldn't expect from like hot adult contemporary artists.
And this
Bruno
is
Mars.
the same guy who gave us Die with a Smile
Yes.
and Apata.
Yes.
Apata is for the kids.
It is. And it's like, it's good that he's a versatile artist, but it's also like, come on. I mean, I didn't see it coming. Didn't see it coming.
What does Denis Villeneuve have to do to get a nom? I mean, he got noms for Arrival and Dune 1, but not for Dune 2. Dune is paying off the gambling debt. Dude is paying off the gambling debts. Bruno.
And it's like, is he building up to a duets album, or is this just, are these all one-offs?
Oh,
I
Lady
don't know.
Gaga 7 title got leaked on the February Elle magazine and the Lady Gaga website code, as well as the release date. What does that mean? Is it going to be in like an article?
I think it's going to be an article, but also like since they're doing the countdown on the website, apparently people are seeing like, oh, in the code it says like this is the title, and I'm seeing what the title is. I'll tell you.
All right, we'll have a live reaction.
We will.
Stay tuned.
Hi, Montrez.
Hello. Is the queen of dragging Diane Warren off the carpet.
I did like that.
Good time.
No, we actually love Bruno here. Sorry, Edu Campos. That's a melodist, and we need more melodies on the radio. So, justice for Bruno.
I've been having a feeling lately that Sabrina could win record and album of the year.
Not
Record, maybe.
Not album.
I don't think album.
I don't think album.
Did you guys think? What did you guys think of Timmy on SNL?
I didn't watch
it. I didn't watch it either. But oh my god, the developer must have gotten fired. Yikes.
The developer who did the code for Gaga.
Oh. what does the code mean?
Like the thing that makes up the website. Like if you right clicked and said
the
page
computer
source,
code.
like the website code, not like the computer, but like the
but like it goes on the computer. You use the computer to look up the like website code, or you put the website code in the computer.
Well, you're on the website. If you right click the website and say view like source code, like if you look what's happening in HTML speak to make this happen.
Yeah, and so you're on the computer.
Yeah, but no, that's like saying like everything's on the computer. Like that's too broad. Don't you can't
but
be
like I'm not.
Oh, the code on the computer? No, wrong. It's the code on the website.
Yeah, which is on the computer.
No,
sorry, but I'm objectively right.
You're
you
not.
Can't say I'm incorrect.
Are you saying that like everything that is you do on the computer is just code on the computer? Is your Final Cut code on the computer? That's not different from the code behind a website?
I don't know what you just said.
Of course you don't.
Steele, did you not have a MySpace? Oh no, that website was so ugly.
I had one.
You would go like I remember going on like people's MySpaces just to like look at it because they would have their links on like remember the AOL profile?
Of course.
And they would have a link to the MySpace. I just hated going on and it's like TikTok. It's like you click a link and immediately something would just start screaming at you because someone would play a song.
Yeah, I had Behind the Scenes Live.
Yeah, and back then it was always like a rock pop song. And it was like, oh, this is loud. I was never into MySpace. I was like Facebook to me was sleeker. It felt more official because it's like, Dina, I'm a woman now. I have this network of NYU because that was back when like you had to like have a network and everything. MySpace to me was too gobbledygooky. And it didn't really mean anything. Whereas Facebook felt like a moment, you know?
See, I kind of miss the era because I used to build my own websites. Geocities.com was all about that. Yeah. I miss the era of having that versus like having to live on all these different social media sites and be like, okay, now we have to like make things like this. Because it's like all this could go away. Like Elon Musk could buy all the shit that I'm posting stuff to.
Sure.
And it's like, why can't it all be in one place? But you got to go with the times, We don't make the rules.
My TikTok started auto scrolling and I hate it. Can't turn it off. Ugh.
That's funny.
What songs were on Palmer's MySpace profile?
I don't remember what songs were on the MySpace profile. I mean, definitely Behind the Scenes Lies.
A millennial without a MySpace. It's like Gen Z without a TikTok. Yeah, I was always kind of like, this will be gone soon.
Right.
Like, that's why I never felt an impetus to get it. But I was, in like what, 9th, 10th grade?
Yeah.
Was when,
young person.
Yeah.
You were a young person.
I still am young. But you got to go with the times. So will you learn how to use Twitch?
Hey, we're on Twitch every time we're listening to an album.
Yeah.
Which apparently, the Gaga, supposedly the album's coming out on Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's nice.
I know, which is also sooner than I was expecting.
Sure, yeah. Do we have time to promote that?
Whatever. Who needs it?
Never had MySpace either.
Drag them. Hello, we are on Twitch whenever albums come out. And like,
is Twitch really like Twitch has been around for a long time.
Right.
Like,
and also, you do know we have, not to toot our own horns, 87,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Yeah. So as much as we can be on YouTube, it makes the most sense. Let's get people into one area.
Yeah.
To pull them into the Patreon.
Yeah. I've avoided Instagram my whole life, waiting for it to go away. It never did. I avoided Instagram for a long time. Like there was 5 years where I was kind of just like, I don't get this. Like, what is this?
Were you even on it?
I think I had a profile and then like for a couple years. And then it was 2017. I started regularly posting because when Instagram first came out, it wasn't so much like it was more like the novelty was look at all these filters I can put on these pictures,
true.
and I thought the filters were so hideous. So I was just like, why do you want your picture to look like there's smoke in the air, like ugh. And so that was what Instagram was all about for the first I think couple years.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand the novelty of that. But then when it became more of like this is how you communicate with your friends, then I got more into it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm boycotting Instagram now. I didn't get Instagram until 2020. Yeah, no, it's like I would love to not be involved with anything meta related, but Instagram I'm still on, but Facebook I'm not. Love it. Twitter I'm not. I love to not. Love to not.
Exhausting. Matt's hitting 100K followers in 2025.
Yes.
Manifesting.
We love manifestation.
Yes.
I mean, we're gonna get that plaque. If it's the last thing we do, the moment, even before someone can unsubscribe and take us back down to 99.9K again, and be like, order, plaques, thank you. We need 2. I will pay.
Traders next week is going to be so messy. I'm going to love it.
Girl, Traders this week.
I guess we'll talk about it on the podcast, but wow.
Danielle.
Wow. That trailer for this week's episode really threw us for a loop. And so I wonder if next week's is too.
And you said it. You're like, I don't know. Like, it looks like XYZ is going to happen, but they could be messing with us with that trailer.
I knew Boston Rob was not going to go this week. Because that's like their MO is just like make you think this one thing is going to happen, and then last minute this other thing happens.
Oh, I would have loved if he left, though. I would have loved if he left.
Yeah. Oh,
Danielle was all over the place. Absolutely.
Oh, iconic. I mean, television.
I mean, I'm glad you're having fun. And it was fun.
It's fun. Sorry, remember when reality TV used to be fun?
But it also is like, girl.
I know, I love it. But we'll talk about it on the podcast. It's just like, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that doesn't make the edit, I'm sure. Like, they edit it to make decisions look as like nonsensical as possible. I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure. But it was just a wild experience.
We'll talk about
that. Was a wild viewing experience.
When will we talk about it? Is it your giving me moments?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, we'll figure out a time.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a 2K minutes?
No, I don't.
Because there's an email my heart that will lead into my giving me moments. So.
Oh, great. No, because the thing is, the Roni stuff, it's not even worth bringing up on the podcast. But it's
not even worth it.
It's just depressing. If there are Bravo people out there listening, the season finale of Roni was absolutely insane. I've not even been watching the season because it's so bad. But the end of the show kind of showed that Brynn is a master manipulator, and what she tried to do to Uba was so horrible. And I have so rarely seen the show in its editing and in its like showing of the confessionals and the way they're telling the story. I've so rarely seen them like truly bury a housewife on the finale of the show. It's like, oh, we'll never see her again. She is getting fired so much, and it's all pointing that direction. I'm shocked that she's doing interviews being like, yeah, we're all like sisters, XYZ. It's like, no, those girls do not trust you in the slightest, and for good reason. Mm-hmm. I don't even want to get into it because it was, again, so very dark. But man, Brynn, just goodbye. And I like Raquel.
What's your favorite food to eat while sick?
I mean, this was a kind of sickness where initially it was a big fever and coughing moment, so it was kind of like any sort of eating was not pleasant, really. But
was it bird flu?
It was not bird flu. Oh, no. It was just it was unpleasant, but it was like I had some soups. I had some sandwiches. It wasn't any special sort of food. I had some applesauce.
Oh, that's bleak. That's bleak. When you go to the applesauce, you are sick.
Well, I know. It was just like everything else sat in my stomach weirdly.
Oh,
and then the applesauce would kind of just like, oh yeah.
I hate applesauce.
Oh, I like applesauce.
Oh, I hate applesauce.
It's a little like in non-sick times, it's like this is a little sweeter than I need it to be.
I mean, and it's interesting because green apples are my favorite food.
I like green apples too.
Yeah, and just apples go off. Like I love, and
Absolutely.
Fruit in general. I love
apples go off.
The applesauce. The sweetness is so much, and also like just the pulpiness, the texture. I'm just like, no, I'm fine. Give me a crisp apple that's tart.
Was it a guys? It just was a normal sickness. It wasn't anything bad. It was bad and like it didn't feel good.
Was it norovirus? Was it cancer?
I know exactly. We're all thinking like I'm on death's door, and I was emotionally.
Yeah, of course.
Physically, it's only been 5 days, and I'm doing okay. I'm coughing a bit, but
you're fine.
Could be worse.
You look fine. You sound fine.
Thank you.
Get the fuck over it. I like warm cinnamon sliced apples.
Oh, that's nice.
Is the cinnamon sliced and warm, or are the apples sliced and warm?
What? The apples? How are you slicing up cinnamon?
I don't know. I've never heard an apple described as cinnamon sliced apple.
I imagine it's like sliced up apples that are hot with cinnamon on them.
Steele, have you seen All the Best Picture noms? And if so, what's your fave? Ooh. I have seen All the Best Picture nominations. I would say Dune 2, but the Brutalist is right there. And then Anora is maybe a little below. So those three, I think, would be
close.
my Yeah.
I actually don't think I've ever eaten applesauce. My mom and I both hate it. I'm not a fan of mushy food. I mean, you wouldn't like it if you're not a fan of mushy
like
food.
baby food to me, when people are like, ooh, I love baby food, I'm just like, ugh. Like, I truly, the appeal, I've never.
Wait, are adults eating baby food?
Oh, I hear of adults eating baby food all the time.
Adults with babies?
No.
Huh.
Yeah, I know. But I like when I watch kids eat baby food, I'm just like, oh, that's gross. That kid's a pig.
Oh, come on. Chiefs versus Eagles in the Super Bowl. Who y'all rooting for? Babe, we don't know. We don't know about this. Have you never been here? Olaf, you've been here weeks after weeks.
Didn't the Chiefs win last year?
They did.
Give the Eagles a shot. I mean, I'm from Trenton, so like my friends are probably all rooting for the Eagles.
There you go.
I know the Eagles have won the Super Bowl though twice since I've been in LA, and like the one time was their first time. So they've been doing pretty well the last several years. Hi, daddies. Hi, one.
Hi, one.
LG7 tomorrow. I'm excited. Palmer, at least pretend to be for me.
Hi.
We are excited for you.
We are excited, but babe, it's the announcement. The album's not coming out tomorrow. Let's be clear. LG7's not.
Wow, way to downplay.
I don't mean to downplay, but like
when you're the one getting excited for like a possible like tour announcement.
Hey, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, that Beyonce tour.
Haley Steinfeld lost the football game. Oh my God, the actress.
She's dating a football player, and I assume his team must have lost.
Oh, bummer. My family's from South Jersey, so Eagles. Okay.
The one food I will never eat: Jell-O. No justice for Jell-O.
Who the fuck do you think you are dissing Jell-O?
Okay.
Jell-O is my girl.
I do like Jell-O too.
Oh, it's the best.
It's the best.
It's the best.
It's not like the best
Top
dessert.
tier dessert. Top tier dessert.
What's your number 2 dessert? What's underneath Jell-O?
Anything fruity, like a yogurt parfait, which I don't know if I would count it. Is that a dessert?
No.
Yeah. Anything fruity or chocolatey, I eat like for dessert.
Hey.
If I were to do a cake or type thing that's like denser and everything, I would put brownies over cake or cupcakes or anything like that.
What about cheesecake?
Cheesecake's fine. It's good. But in terms of like a cake thing, a brownie is top tier over cookies, all that stuff. Yeah.
Not for me. You hate applesauce but love Jell-O.
Oh, yeah. Because Jell-O doesn't have fucking chunks in it.
Okay.
and Jell-O's like, there's a refreshing quality to it, whereas applesauce is just sweet. Like, to me, applesauce just feels so sugary.
You can get no sugar added applesauce too.
Yeah, but still, I don't know. It doesn't work for me. Sorry. BTS cake is the best, I fear. What's BTS cake?
I don't know what BTS is.
I'm not a huge... Yeah, I prefer candy over dessert in general.
Oh, I love a dessert.
And pinkberry tart yogurt over ice cream.
Pinkberry is great. Yeah. Ice cream's a little too cold, and we all need to be saying it. Okay.
A little too cold?
It's a little too cold.
Interesting.
It's like,
See, if ice cream is like more than freezing, like warmer than super freezing, I'm like, oh, go back in the freezer. To me, melted ice cream is unacceptable.
Oh, I like a melted. Or like a milkshake.
No, I hate milkshakes.
You make milkshakes, don't you?
I know, and I'm always like, why are you wasting your money on this shit?
I love it. There is going to be a Beyonce announcement. It's just we don't know when.
I will never understand Jell-O's texture. I mean, how does it work?
How does Jell-O work?
What scientist figured that out?
Someone brilliant. We're never going to figure it out. I am feeling a bit better. Thank you so much for asking, Felipe.
Have you had brigadera?
I don't think I have.
No, don't know what that is.
Y'all are making me hungry. Sorry.
I
mean, we always get on food here at Two Gay Mouths. I don't know why it comes up so much. I mean, we love to eat. What can you say?
I mean, it's the thing that brings us all together.
Exactly.
Food, music.
The top two.
Top two.
Who doesn't like that? It's like, yeah, if you met someone who didn't like food or music, you'd be like, what's up with you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like what do you mean you don't like food or music?
Yeah, I mean, there are times when I don't want music.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like I don't like background music, but music as an idea, surprise, I'm into.
Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that.
Try frozen custard. It's creamier and smoother than ice cream. Yeah, a custard is more appealing to me than ice cream. But I prefer the tartness of the tart yogurt. I like creme brulee as a dessert.
Ooh, that's nice. Okay.
Oh, we got a new subscriber.
Oh, hi. It's Felipe, who just asked if I was doing well. That's nice.
Hello.
I love that.
Isn't this lovely?
I dated someone who didn't like music. It didn't last long.
Interesting. My brother actually isn't a music person, and it
Oh.
saddens me.
Well, everyone's
But there's a
different.
difference between like, oh, I don't partake in music in the same way we
Yeah,
partake
like I'm
in
not
music,
obsessed.
and like, oh, I hate music of any kind. Like there are some people who are kind of just like, yeah, music's nice,
Yeah.
but I don't think about it that much. I can't focus without music. Oh, see, I can't focus with music. If there's music playing and someone's talking to me, I'm just like, I don't hear what you're saying because all I hear is the music in the damn background. Fruit tarts are good too. Oh, I love fruit tarts. Favorite kind of taco?
Soft.
I mean, most tacos are soft.
No, you can have a hard shell taco.
That's some American bullshit.
I know, but I like a soft taco. These are options.
I'm thinking, more like what meat do you like? Like carnitas,
Yeah.
al pastor. Yeah. All of it.
Yeah, all of it.
I prefer savory things over dessert. I do too. I prefer tart things over anything. I've said this 5,000 times
Should we jump in?
on this live stream alone, so we should probably jump in.
Let's do it.
How many times can I say I love tart things?
Probably too many.
Too many.
Too many. All right.
Let's go.
Gonna do the podcast.
Oh no.
Oh Lord, hot corners. Get you getting go to the. Oh my gosh.
Corners are so disgusting to me. Matt Palmer.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
I feel okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on an upward trajectory.
Yes.
I got very sick with a cold
Violently.
over the past, not violently, but just like sick over the course of the last week. And I'm just coming out of my cocoon. I'm very much the person that's like, oh, I must take to the bed. If I'm sick, if I'm coughing, if I'm sneezing, there's nothing I can do in the world if I'm not feeling my best self.
Of
so
course.
I will get back to bed. I'll rest. I'll drink my water, drink my tea.
And it works. Look at you right now, guys. He lost 30 pounds. You should see him.
That's not true,
He
but
is a toothpick in front of me, and I'm just like, yes.
That is not true, but I feel like I'm going to be well soon. And we love that.
Soon, not
Yes.
now?
Not now.
Let me just pack up and go.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, let's do an ad.
Okay.
Your tart pop could mean anything. Michael, out of your mind. Congrats, Palmer. Thank you. I'm just trying, we're all just trying to get better. All in life, just trying to get better.
That's all we can do.
Oh, some of you are going to get an ad. Some of you aren't. That's okay.
What's that whole ad?
We love everybody.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Skip. Okay, do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
Sure, I'll start.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Two Game Mats, the podcast. It is Matt Steele.
And it's Matt Palmer.
And it was Oscar nominations week.
It was.
And the week Matt Palmer got sick.
Yes.
Because he just did not want to do an Oscar video with me.
I think that's what it was. My body was
Your
just
body
like,
just said absolutely the fuck not.
I can't discuss this with Matt Steele for 3 hours on his couch on Thursday night.
What I think it was because here's what happened. The Oscar nominations came out. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And Matt Palmer texted me, and on Thursday nights we film our regular YouTube videos, and we weren't planning on doing an Oscar nominations recap. We were planning on saving it for the podcast, which we do every year when the Oscar nominations come out, and I proceed to try to hurl an hour's worth of material into 7 minutes of the podcast.
Yes.
It always ends up being a clusterfuck. So Matt Palmer brilliantly was just like, I am ill. I'm on death's door. How about you do a solo video where you talk about the Oscar nominations? That way you can get it all out and it'll be beautiful. And I was like, okay, well, first let me see if my friend Corey is available, because my friend Corey also sees, all the movies as well. He'd be a person to sit on the couch with me. We could talk about it, make a video.
Right.
I texted Corey, also on death's door.
Hello.
Ill. What is happening?
I'm telling you, the cold and flu season this year is no joke.
But also, you were just sick.
I know that. This is what I'm saying. So everyone just stay safe. But I feel like as a person who, I just went to Joshua Tree and was around a good number of people there. It's just hard when you want to be out in the world and be among the people. It's hard when people go out and are, sicky people and passing it along.
This is why you have to live like me. And the only place you go is to a dark movie theater to see all the Best Picture nominees and all the, actor contenders and the best animated short contenders and all that.
Well, that's a choice that you've made, and I'm glad it works for you.
And look at how healthy I am. Thriving.
You seem fine, yeah.
Yeah. My neck hurts.
Okay.
Yeah,
but have you gotten that fixed? Didn't you go to a chiropractor?
I got an x-ray.
Okay.
I did get an x-ray.
Did they tell you
this week.
something was up?
Well, apparently I have some minor bone spurs
Oh.
in 2 of my little vertebrae
Oh.
of my neck. I know, but that because I look up like, oh my God, what does this mean? And you look up like bone spurs in the neck, and they're just like, it doesn't necessarily cause like pain unless it's like pinching on a nerve or something.
Okay.
And I for several months that my neck has been like hurting, I have felt occasionally, like maybe like for like 5 minutes every day, the tiniest little dull pain like in my arm. And so I'm like, that could be that. But in terms of like physical neck pain, bone spurs don't necessarily do that, because they also said like, but you can tell because the curvature of your neck is like straight when it needs to be a little curved. So when it's straight, that means that there's a spasm happening. So I think the pain is from like a muscle spasm of some sort. So I was referred to a physical therapist. So update on my life. I'm a person who goes to physical therapy now.
Wow.
And, I know. So I'm going to be probably doing some neck exercises.
Okay.
And it's going to be really fun. I got to see my x-rays. I can send them to you. I have them on my computer.
I'm okay.
But like, they're so cool.
That's all right.
Don't you want to see my insides?
No.
I love looking at x-rays.
I love that.
I love knowing what's going on.
But so long and short of it is that you're not super healthy. Like you're not like doing great.
But, well, I guess not.
That's what I'm hearing. That's just what I heard.
I guess not. And who knows how long this pain will last, if it will ever go away. But, we strive to live the best life we can.
Absolutely.
And I'm just going to keep drinking my water and eating my vegetables and pray for the best. And doing my stretches.
Yes, it's good. So your stretch is also trying to getting as much sleep as you can a night. I think that's important.
Totally.
But yes, so last week, first it started pretty good. It was like, I had gotten Jackson tickets to a basketball game for Christmas, and the date had come up, and it wound up being pushed back a day due to the fires in LA. And so we went on our anniversary night, actually. So we went to a restaurant called Tu Home, and then we went to the Intuit Dome, and we saw the Clippers play the Chicago Bulls on Monday night of last week. So that was MLK Day, the day that, some horrible person may have been inaugurated.
I forgot that was all this week.
That was this week, but I did not watch a second of that, except I did see that clip online of Elon Musk, and you all know what he was doing, and he was doing that. So just so we're all clear that that's what happened, that's what happened. In happier news,
yes,
the game was lovely. The Clippers didn't win, unfortunately, but it was great to celebrate, my relationship. It was lovely to see Jackson have such a good time at the game, and I enjoyed it too. Stadium was very nice, very tech forward.
You enjoyed the technology.
I love the tech.
Watching the game.
I loved the tech,
and we love that for you.
Yes,
yeah.
And then Tuesday was when I went to work, and things were starting to feel a little off, but it was like I can do it. I can make it through.
Oh, when you feel that little off, you're just like,
I know.
Oh, God damn it.
And it's like I can feel a little bit in my throat, and then by the end of the night, I'm like coughing out the wazoo. Go to sleep. I wake up, and it's just like fever, super bad headache, such congestion, cough that will not end. I call out of work on Wednesday and Thursday because I'm so very sick. And as you know, a lucky perk of my job is that every other Friday I get off. So I had that Friday off anyway. So I took another day to rest. But it just was like, I'm not a person that takes their temperature a lot when sick, because I'm like, what is this number going to do for me, But Jackson's always like, take your temperature. So I did. And I was like, 102 seems high.
Oh, girl.
102 seems high.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that was when I was like, I guess I'll take a Tylenol and hope that breaks the fever. I don't know. I'm always like, just take to the bed, drink water, and wait it out. But then I was like, I guess I should be using more drugs to fight this than I was planning to. And was
it like stuffy nose?
It was stuffy nose and had really bad headache and all of that. So that got better. And so by Friday afternoon, I started feeling like, okay, I'm about 60%. I can do one thing a day. Saw a movie that I'll talk about later on Friday.
Like in a theater?
In a theater.
Look at you, cinema.
I know. Very, capital C cinema. That's me, baby. And then Saturday, I went to a friend of mine, Jeff and Jean's son, turned 5 over the weekend. So we went to that party for, a couple of hours. I went there, I smiled, I helped put things out, and he had a Bluey birthday party, which was lovely. Came back home, fell right asleep. Because I was like, yep, I have exerted enough. And then today I've done a lot of nothing, and this is the thing I'm doing. I'm recording this podcast live for all of you.
Which is a lot of something.
It is a lot of something.
We put on a show for y'all, motherfuckers.
You got to put on a show.
I know.
How was your week, Matt?
Well, it was exciting. I woke up very early on Thursday morning at 5:20 in the a.m. Sat in the cold with a blanket wrapped around me to watch the Oscar nominations.
Yes.
And it's very fun, getting to chat with the people in the Discord who were also awake with me.
Yeah.
And it's always a very fun morning. And then I chat for an hour with people who are as invested as I am. And then it's it's 7 a.m. I'm going back to bed. So yeah, it was a nice time. And then, you were sick. So I made that solo video myself.
Beautifully.
Thank you very much. You didn't even fucking watch it.
I watched the beginning.
The beginning?
Yeah.
There's I put in graphics with posters for every nomination.
I saw some beginnings of the graphics.
Yes, and aren't they beautiful?
They look great.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So yeah, I can't say, and then, watching some horrible things on the news, which is rough.
Absolutely.
But we're moving forward. And we're trying to have a good time. We're
Yes.
trying to have a good time here at Two Gay Mats.
We are.
So yeah. I also filmed an audition.
Great.
For something. But the thing is, it started raining here in Los Angeles
did.
about 3 fucking weeks too late.
I mean, yes, never
What the
too late.
fuck,
I'll take
Rain?
it. I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll
but it was
take it.
interesting because I was filming this audition and there was rain happening. And I was just I've never experienced a filming, doing a self-tape and there's rain happening in the background. What do I do? I've never had to deal with that problem.
I mean, yeah, you're in LA. You usually won't have that problem.
I know. And so I was just I've never dealt with this problem before. So I had to, wait 20 minutes, wait it out. And it was very stressful because I was do I just record? What? And there's rain in the background? That's so distracting.
Is this the whole story?
Yeah. It was something I did.
I mean, yes, it's true. I just didn't know if it was and then XYZ happened.
No.
Okay.
With the XYZ that happened was I was fucking great.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay.
There we
I
go.
love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I probably
for
won't
you.
book it, but that's okay. At least I can rewatch that self-tape on my own time.
Absolutely.
And remind myself, you know what? That BFA was worth it.
Should we jump into the news for idiots?
Let's go.
Okay. So since you've gotten all of your Academy Award nominations discussion out on our YouTube channel, is there anything else you'd like to tell the people?
Well, I want to know how you feel about the Oscar nominations because everything I needed to say, I got out in the video, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to check out all of my thoughts, you can watch that video on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/2gaymats. Is there anyone out there who just listens to the podcast and doesn't know that we're YouTubers?
I bet there are some people. Absolutely.
All right, yeah, check that out. But Matt Palmer, I mean,
Yes.
you could have thoughts if you watched the entire video. But do you have anything that you want to add?
No.
Okay. I mean, the big story of the day was, every Oscar nomination morning, there's some category where there's some nominee or lack of a nominee that is so shocking that no one is predicting, that makes you scream oh fuck, at 5:30 in the morning,
Right.
In Los Angeles. And but as the nominations were going, it was okay, there are some little surprises, some little disappointments, oh, this person didn't get nominated, but it was a little predicted, or this person got in, and everything was everything that was a little surprising was at least semi-predicted.
Right.
And so I was oh, this is, not the craziest batch of Oscar nominations. But then at the very end of the announcements ceremony,
Yeah.
Best Picture, I'm Still Here. Who was predicting that? You weren't.
I was
you didn't
not.
even know the movie existed,
I really
probably.
didn't.
But that was the shock of the century. No one was predicting that. Everyone was predicting, that 10th slot would go to Sing Sing or A Real Pain or something like that. But I'm Still Here, the Brazilian movie that just came out starring Fernanda Torres, who got a leading actress nomination. And people are very excited about that. But no one was expecting it to get in for Best Picture. So that was the biggest surprise of the announcements. And I think it's very exciting. The fact that it got in for Best Picture is kind of just could it also win international feature over Amelia Perez?
Oh my.
So that's gives us a little bit of a nail biter. And because it got in for Best Picture, could Fernanda Torres slip in and win Best Actress?
Right.
I don't know. So clearly there's a lot of love for the movie, and we'll talk about the details of the movie later on in this podcast because I saw that movie at just the right time.
I guess you did.
Yes.
Was it before the nominations
It was
came
before
out?
the nominations. It
Yeah.
was the Tuesday before the nominations that I saw it. So yeah, it was, I'm bummed. There's certain things I'm bummed about. I'm bummed that Marianne Jean-Baptiste didn't get in for leading actress for Hard Truths. But I knew that it was an uphill battle, of her getting in because it's a very, very small movie.
Yeah.
but little things. And I go through it all in the YouTube video.
I mean, not to spoil my, giving me moments this week, but I was sad that Sing Sing did not get nominated for Best Picture, and I was also sad that Clarence Macklin did not get in.
He's so fucking excellent.
He's unbelievable.
Phenomenal.
Because at the beginning of the film, I'm like, okay, I'm between either the guy who's like Mike. I'm like, he's either Clarence Macklin or Clarence Macklin's but Clarence Macklin.
Sure.
But then as the movie goes on, I'm like, no, that man's a trained actor. Like, as the film is nearing the end, I'm like, this person, like, it has to be a professional, lifelong actor because he is acting his fucking face off, especially by the end of the movie when he's really coming into his own. His character goes through such a big arc. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of it, when you see, like, no, he is just someone who's like an alumni of this program in prison and sings. It just is like wild how incredible he is. I need him to get so many more roles.
Well, the thing is, he is an Oscar nominee now because he's a part of the writing team for the screenplay. And and it was nominated for adapted screenplay. So even though he didn't get in for supporting actor, I'm very happy that he still is an Oscar nominee. Like, that's very cool.
Those performances were
phenomenal. The fact that it did not get nominated for ensemble at the SAG Awards, it's just like, I can't forgive that.
Yeah.
The fact that other things I can't forgive. Nickel Boy's not getting in for screenplay. Nickel Boy's not getting. It did get in for screenplay. But it did not get in for cinematography.
Yeah.
It's just like the cinematography is the movie. Like the cinematography of Nickel Boy's, it was one of the biggest artistic moments of the year in film, I think. Right. So that was disappointing. But also the director of Nickel Boys, Ramel Ross, he did not get in for director. But he also got in for screenplay. So it's like he is also a nominee. So little victories here and there.
Absolutely.
Not everyone can get in. I know I can say, I wish this person got in. I wish this person got in. Everything. But, there's only 5 slots for everything except for Best Picture. So, I'm just happy that it's a nice year for film, and I enjoyed most things I saw this year.
There you go. I love that.
So, yeah.
And I haven't seen Emilia Perez, but I like that Carla Sofia Garzón is the first openly trans woman to be nominated for Best Actress.
Yeah.
Thought that was very cool. Anything else you want to say about the Grammy nominations? Or excuse me, the Oscar nominations before we go?
I'm sure my thoughts will come up that I'm not thinking about right now will come up in subsequent podcasts. Okay. And you'll see more movies as the weeks go on. So stay tuned.
Yes.
We'll talk about it.
There'll be more discussions. But speaking of awards, the first performance have been announced for the 2025 Grammy Awards, which are happening next Sunday on February 2nd. And the performers are including Billie Eilish, Shakira, Chappell Roan, Sabrina Carpenter, Charlie XCX, Benson Boone, Doechii Ray, Teddy Swims, and more artists are going to be announced later this week. I'm excited to see that. I don't understand exactly why Trevor Noah always hosts this show. Can we get a different host?
Why not?
I think that would be fun. Just because we've done it, this is his 5th year in a row or something. It's just enough. I also...
It's just enough.
It's enough.
He does a nice job.
I would love to see a Beyonce performance.
Well, yeah, wouldn't we fucking all? But you know what Beyonce wants to see before she gives another performance at the Grammys? A fucking win.
She does, and I get it. But it's nice to manifest the things you want, and what I want is a Beyonce performance.
Yeah, don't we all?
So I'm excited for this performance lineup. I'm absolutely excited for the awards next Sunday. I'm hoping that they don't give it all to one person, because this did not feel like a year where there was one artist that overshadowed everybody.
And I feel that way with the movies as well. In terms of the Oscar nominations, like so many of the Best Picture nominees, I'm I think they're all great. They're all kind of same level for me in terms of it's kind of hard for me to rank them. So I kind of hope that they spread the love with all the different categories, because I always think that's just exciting, and it just shows that it was a strong year, and that there are different components of an album or a movie. It's not just this one album is all the best at everything. Yeah, and it's kind of just no, let's pay attention to the details.
Yeah,
here,
spread the wealth.
Yeah.
I think that would be an important thing for them to do. Just wanting to add someone to our list of people who were involved in the inauguration that we no longer need to engage with. That includes Jewel.
Jewel, you deserve everything Jessica Simpson did to that song on that show you did.
Oh my God, I forgot that performance. It's just like, babe, what are you doing? What is everyone doing? And she like had some sort of mealy-mouthed apology on her Instagram where she's like, again, trying to bring everyone together, XYZ. And I didn't watch the performance, but I've got to say, the fact that everyone's like, Carrie Underwood had never sounded worse than she did on the inauguration made my heart smile. Like, I love that
I didn't even hear it.
I heard she sounded awful.
Oh.
I think there might have been a technical difficulty. Like,
I know the music didn't happen.
Yeah, so she had to sing it a cappella, but not everybody has the ability to do that, I guess. So Carrie, it seems like we maybe have aged out of our talent. So
I don't know if this is confirmed, so I don't want to be spreading rumors.
Yes.
But I saw some things that were just like, apparently Carrie Underwood was very upset that she did not get a bigger a bigger stage or something like that to perform. I don't know if that's true, so don't quote me on this. But if that's the case, it's kind of like, oh, well, Carrie, I thought the important thing about singing at the inauguration wasn't your own, fame or anything like that. I thought it was the important thing was to quote unquote bring the country together. So why aren't you focused on that?
I know.
Why are you focused on the size of the stage? Interesting, but that's just something. Again, that's a rumor.
I mean, that's a rumor. It's all alleged.
It's all alleged. We can't confirm nor deny.
No. But we can confirm that Lady Gaga has a countdown going on.
What is that countdown? And I love today the way she's been doing it is like releasing countdown every day. It's like a visual that represents each album.
Yes.
And today she did and you were thinking, oh, today would be the day because it's been 7 days.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, 6.5.
Harlequin.
It's like, girl.
So yes.
A mess. I love it.
LG7 is supposedly going to be announced this Monday. So if you're listening to this podcast, if you go to ladygaga.com, you'll probably have more information than we have right now. I believe she's announcing the album. There's a rumored title that apparently people who looked at the source code of this website are saying it's titled. Do you want to hear what that is, Matt Steele?
All right. Here's my live reaction to hearing the title of the new Lady Gaga album. What is it?
This is a lot of buildup.
Whatever.
Mayhem.
Okay. Cool.
Fine.
I could see it.
It feels a little too Joker tied in for me. But I'm excited for the music.
If the music is good, it could be called Schmoopsy Poopsy.
Exactly.
Truly, make the music good. Who cares what the title? What's the worst album title for a good album you can think of?
I mean, I don't think it's a bad album title now, but I will say as a young gay boy, when I read that Mariah's album in 2005 was going to be called The Emancipation of Mimi, I was like, bitch, what? We are so used to girly one-word titles.
I know.
And to go from that to that was very shocking.
Well, nothing is as fucking insane as Me, I Am Mariah, The Elusive Chanteuse.
See, is it weird that I didn't bat an eye? I was like, oh yeah.
Because this was after The Emancipation of Mimi.
Exactly. We had gone through Memoirs of an Imperfect Angel. This all made sense to me.
And then it's so funny that after Me, I Am Mariah, The Elusive Chanteuse. First of all, you can tell she was like, I'm deciding between Me, I Am Mariah or The Elusive Chanteuse. And she was just like, put it together.
Put ellipses. Yeah, make it. I mean,
you can do whatever you want, girl.
She really can.
But the fact that then the next album title was just called Caution.
Sleek, it's like, yes,
sexy.
We're going back.
I know. We love it all.
We love it all. So Mayhem is supposedly the title of the rumor. And then the rumor also is that the album comes out on Valentine's Day. So this is not a lot of lead up for this album, which makes me feel like, okay, I know we're saying, okay, Die With a Smile is now going to be on the album, but it's not really the single, I assume, as far as sonically what we're going to be getting from it.
I mean, now that it's number one and could potentially win the Grammy for Song of the Year, I could see her being like, hey, can I put this on my album?
I mean, yes, of course.
Can this be a part of the album?
It makes sense, but yes. I also just don't think it's going to be representative. I think the songs are going to sound more like Disease
sure.
than they sound like Die With a Smile, which I think is great.
Yeah.
But I just wonder... I don't know. I just feel like there's just not a lot of lead time between now and then if it really is coming out on the 14th of February.
I also love how this album, if it does sonically sound like Disease and it is called Mayhem, that we're releasing it on Valentine's Day. Cute.
It is cute.
Cute. Let's get some scary love songs
Absolutely.
in there. But okay, now Lady Gaga is about to announce tomorrow or today, depending on when you're listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
Beyonce, now that it has rained and the fires are mostly contained.
We're in LA, and we would not find it disrespectful.
Yes,
if you were to make an announcement.
We give you permission to release the announcement you were going to release on January 14th.
Yes,
I hope don't do it on the same day as Lady Gaga's announcement.
Right.
Don't take her thunder. But at some point, maybe in the next week and a half,
I'd love to hear.
2 weeks.
Love to hear what was going to happen.
Love to hear
14th.
what was going to happen.
So rumor has it that Britney's biopic, that she's going to be very involved in it, according to John M. Chu.
Good.
And B, Britney is allegedly eyeing out Natalie Portman and Selena Gomez for the biopic to play her. And I'm like, okay, interesting.
Well, the thing is,
was Natalie Portman in Vox Lux?
Yeah.
Okay, that seems. I didn't see Vox Lux, but it's a little close. Like, should she being a pop star again? And also,
it's different.
It's different
type of pop star.
It's more Gaga than Britney.
It's a little more Gaga-y, but like also like the plot of Vox Lux is not something Britney. I don't think. I mean, I'm trying to remember. I liked Vox Lux a lot, but like it's darker.
Okay.
And Britney's story like can get dark and sad but it's more sad. Whereas Vox Lux is like dark.
Oh, okay.
Like devil dark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And but it's interesting because Natalie Portman and Britney Spears go way back because they were both understudies in the off-Broadway production of Ruthless. They were both Laura Bell Bundy's understudy together. So I think that's kind of fun. But when you said Natalie Portman and Selena Gomez, I'm kind of just like, oh, together?
I know. Maybe like would Selena Gomez grow into Natalie Portman? I don't know. And like, what's the age from like Baby More Time, Britney? Who's gonna play that?
I know.
Like, that would be something.
Tate McRae.
I don't know.
Or she could do like an I'm Still Here type thing, which not I'm Still Here. I'm Not There. I'm Not There. Which was in 2007, which is the Bob Dylan movie where it's broken off into different sections and different actors play Bob Dylan in different sections. Like Terrence Howard plays him in one section. Cate Blanchett plays him in another section. She could do something like that. Well, we'll see what John Chu has in store for us.
Speaking of, do you think we've had enough Bob Dylan content as like movies from here on out?
Well, I mean, I'm Not There and a Complete Unknown are, almost 20 years apart.
Okay.
But yeah. I don't need enough, but they're also very different things, very different styled movies. So if the movies are different styles or different parts of someone's life or something like that, then I'm okay with it.
Okay.
So I don't mind that.
All right. Well, we'll see how that goes. I'm excited that movie is still happening and in the works. Nick Jonas and Adrienne Warren are their first performances or recordings of their performances in their upcoming Last 5 Years Broadway revival, which is coming, on March 18th. It is when it's happening in New York City.
What theater is it playing at?
Let's see. Oh, the previews begin on March 18th. Like, not seeing the theater anywhere here.
I'm interested to see what house it would be.
Yeah, I don't know. But so we've gotten a video of them both recording. He recording Moving Too Fast from the Last 5 Years, and her recording I Can Do Better Than That.
It's so funny listening to Moving Too Fast, which is a song I like and it's like really good and everything. But I'm just like, oh, there are so many parts of this song I don't know because I truly just listen to Kathy's.
I know that damn song. I know his songs.
I listened to his last two songs.
If
I Didn't Believe in You, and then but it's just so funny. It's just like, oh, I never listened to Moving Too Fast. I forgot this was a bop.
It is a bop.
Yeah.
There have been some critiques. I think it's hard, A, being a pop singer and coming into this role, and B, also the role has been sung by Norbert Leo Butz. It has been sung very famously on screen by Jeremy Jordan.
Sure.
And also I was also listening to the live versions with Cynthia Erivo and Joshua Henry the other day too, and I was like, oh my God, what beautiful vocal performances. I don't think Nick is doing a bad job.
I don't either. I think people were going nuts, and I'm just like, I think it works for his voice. I like if he released this as a pop song and the song didn't exist prior, people would be like, "Fuck yeah!"
Sure. I think the issue is that it's hard to follow this level of like vocalist, and I don't think he sounds bad. I really don't.
No,
but I think it just is like, are you going to be singing like this 8 shows a week? Like, it doesn't sound like the healthiest kind of performance. Like, it's a very pop, very nasal, very like. I don't know, in his
for
throat.
The studio.
Yeah, it feels like it's for the studio. And maybe when he performs, it's going to feel different and sound different. She sounds amazing.
I mean, she's fucking incredible. She's great.
And she was Tina Turner and won the Tony.
She's a performer.
Yes, unbelievable.
Yeah, and well, I mean, it's so hard because you're so used to hearing all these versions sung by very polished, musical theater sounding voices, like guys and everything. So I don't know. I kind of enjoy hearing more of a take that is someone who is more in the pop music realm, and that is where their voice sounds best. So I like hearing a different interpret. It's like listening to like a pop interpretation of when you listen to the Hamilton mixtape. It's like, oh, this is cool to hear it sung like this. So I'm excited to see what happens. I liked it. I don't know.
I mean, I didn't dislike it, but I understood the complaints. I wouldn't do the complaints, but I understood.
Well, I didn't really understand them because I was just like, what did y'all expect? Like, did you think he was gonna sound like a classic musical theater tenor?
Right.
Here?
I think honestly, I had already had these thoughts when he was announced. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, oh no, this sounds like what I would expect it to sound.
Yeah, totally. I wasn't surprised or anything.
I thought maybe like it could be like a Beanie Feldstein, Leah Michelle thing where Jordan Fisher like comes in 2 months after the opening and like replaces. But then I'm like, oh, but he never shows up to shows anyway. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. You know, we'll have to find
you can come in.
I could come in.
Yeah, slip in there.
Hey, I could slip in.
You're
there.
available.
I am available,
yeah.
And I have a little pop thing. But I could sing this show.
Yes, exactly.
If there's a show, I could sing.
And now I know how to film videos by myself.
There you go.
And so if you are away on Broadway for a while, I can film solo videos. I can do reaction videos to your renditions of each of these songs.
Hello.
And
so if you need a new Jamie, I mean, I don't know how we're going to explain how I'm Jewish, but we will. We'll make it work.
I know a lot of Black Jewish people.
Great.
Yeah.
That'll be me.
Look at that. Look at that.
I know
you're gonna have to get over this cough.
I know one day
before you get on Broadway. Girl.
I know. Well, I have a couple of months.
Sure.
Until Jonas flames out.
No, not flames out.
Jennifer. I don't know if this is true. Apparently, supposedly, according to Life and Style, Jennifer Aniston is reportedly eyeing Zendaya, Ariana Grande, and Sydney Sweeney for a 9 to 5 remake. Does that make any sense?
It doesn't not make sense.
Okay.
Do whatever you want. I don't know. Like, I don't know if the three of them, who is it? It's Zendaya, Sydney Sweeney, Ariana Grande.
Yes.
I don't know, because the thing that is so charming about the original 9 to 5 is character-wise, like Dolly Parton, Lily Tomlin, and Jane Fonda are so different from each other.
Yeah.
I don't know if the three of them are massively different from each other in a way that lends itself to just natural like comedy. I don't know.
All right.
But yeah, sure. But I'm sure it could still work and be fun. I mean, they're three very talented. Like Ariana Grande, like is apparently the most comedically talented out of all of them.
Who knew?
You see Glinda and you're just like, oh, fuck yeah.
Who knew?
So good.
Academy Award nominee.
Ariana Grande. And the Ariana stans are fighting for her to get that win on social media.
Really?
Oh, where they are just like, look at this picture of that Nina Simone biopic as Zoe Saldana did however many years ago. Just trying to like, because at first the battle was with Selena Gomez.
Of course.
And now that Selena Gomez did not get the nomination, they're just like, okay, now we got to tackle Zoe.
Yes.
It's just like, y'all are really going hard.
It also is so funny
really
because this is the group of people that were so upset she was doing Wicked and that it was taking so long for her to be focused on this film instead of doing her pop music. And now you're fighting for her for this win. But it's like,
make up your mind.
If it were up to you, she wouldn't have done any of this. She would be making Eternal Sunshine Part 9 right now, Yeah,
but now that she's in it, they're just like, okay, we got to lean into what's happening. You can't fight the tide.
You got to lean in.
So, Ariana stans, Arianators online, be a little nicer. Like, fight for your girl, but, like, fight in the way that, like, the Brazilians are fighting for Fernanda Torres.
Yes.
I said in the video, I was just like, I love how Brazil, like, really celebrates its people. I guarantee you I'll get a bunch of comments being like, Brazil
and
here.
You did.
And we sure did.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, do it that way, Arianators.
Pee Wee Herman actor Paul Rubens comes out as gay in a posthumous documentary.
Fucking iconic.
Very iconic.
Yes,
Good for him.
I mean, the thing is with Pee Wee Herman, he was such a gay icon, but yet Paul Rubens wasn't known to be gay.
Right.
So it was kind of just like, wait, is he? Is he not?
Yeah.
And now we can officially confirm gay icon.
Gay icon. I think that's amazing. I mean, I hate that he felt the need to hide who he truly was until after the fact.
After death, I know.
Until a posthumous moment. But I am proud that even in death, he is shedding light on who he is, and hopefully can make young people who look up to him, like young comedians, I feel like, are still in love with Pee Wee Herman and what he did.
Yeah.
And so hopefully that'll inspire some people and will open some doors. And I don't know. I just hope he had a happy life with whomever he was with for however long.
Oh,
and,
sure.
You know. We love him.
We love. I mean, Pee Wee Herman is an inspiration for me.
Yeah.
I one time I was in an acting class and people were like, they pointed to me and they were like, "What's if you had to pick 2 people?" Like we kind of did the game artistic parents or whatever. And people were like, "What's his type?" And someone said Matthew Broderick meets Pee Wee Herman, and I was kind of just like, "I love that."
It's I love it.
So
I will take that. Absolutely.
I'll take that. That is a compliment.
Well, Matt Steele.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to tell the people?
That went by fast.
It did.
For Oscar nominations week.
I mean, we didn't have that much to say. The Oscar nominations weren't too surprising.
I had 35 minutes to say.
I'm so glad you got it out of your system. I'm telling you,
I
that
know
was
you
the
were
dream.
so fucking thrilled.
I was over the moon.
You were probably horrified. What is this video going to be? It's going to be him rambling for.
Oh no! I was do whatever you need to do.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, I was happy.
Okay.
All right.
Well, don't worry. We're coming back.
Yes, we'll be back in a moment. Dude.
I'm so sorry. I have to pee.
Oh my gosh!
Sorry about that.
Knock down that light, baby.
Oh, I forgot there's a light.
Watch out the light. Yeah.
I forgot. I don't want to destroy the gaffer's work.
No.
All right, entertain the people while I'm gone.
I always do. It turns out everyone was gay. I mean, pretty much. Y'all, how are we doing? How are we feeling? Can you believe he left me, poor sick me, here to entertain the people? He just ran to the restroom. It's come on. Where's that bladder control? Some people ain't got it. Oh, Lord. Is there any more news on the Gaga album? I feel like some people were trying to tell us. How far apart do y'all live? Oh, my God. I mean, it's on the other side of town, but it's at this time of night, I bet it takes him 30 minutes to get here. But, I mean, not to blow up a spot. He went to the bathroom before we started. So, we love everyone. Did they discuss why the Big Brother contestants are struggling? We have not talked about traders yet, but we will. Have you listened to the LG7 snippets? No, I didn't know there were snippets besides the snippet that is in the Disease video, which we like. Most underrated Kelly Clarkson album. I mean, I feel like Stronger is her best album. I don't know if it's underrated, but it's so long and so good all the way through. I feel like biopics about people who are still living is essentially the movie version of their memoir. I get that. Pee Wee being gay is in news. I thought he was already out. Yeah, no, I guess he was not. Dilemma, throw Oscar party for Wicked at home in Detroit or see MK's last show as Elphaba March 2nd. Oh, I don't know MK. Where else in LA would you like to live? Do you have any feelings about Kendrick? Ooh, people are going fast. Are you two reviewing the new Bruno Mars club song? Probably not. Wait, why did I think you guys lived in New York? Oh my God. Oh, I don't know. Someone asked about Severance. I did watch Severance, Michael. I have a theory. I don't know if this is spoilery. I don't think it is. I mean, I don't. The thing is, I won't even get into it on the podcast because it might be spoilery. That's Heliar's Audi is down there, right? That's Heliar's Audi. She is not behaving the same way. That's how I feel. Have you ever been to any of the VPR bars, restaurants? Absolutely. I used to go every single birthday. I would take people to a VPR restaurant. And I haven't been to Something About Her, the Katie and Ariana sandwich shop, but hopefully for my next birthday. It's the New York sweater. I mean, yeah, that'll do it. We did go to NYU, but then we both moved to LA. That's definitely her Audi. Okay, great. Thank you. Are you going to be reacting to Kendrick and SZA's Super Bowl performance? I don't know. Maybe not. Meanwhile, you're wearing an NYU crew neck. Yes, people move. Someone was like, I thought you all lived in New York. And I'm like, no.
Not anymore, baby.
Yeah, and it's we moved. We went to NYU, then we moved to LA.
Yeah. I'm from Jersey. You thought we lived in New York?
Someone did, yeah.
Wow. We didn't talk about traders.
No. We can talk about it in the second half sometime. Is Palmer reviewing any Housewives reunions? I mean, not fully reunion, but I'm reviewing them, but I'm watching them. First episode of Salt Lake City was good. Bronwyn's very good on a reunion stage. I was proud of how she did.
I think y'all just give New York vibes. I mean, I definitely do.
You don't think I give New York vibes?
You don't not give off New York vibes.
Thank you.
Maybe it's just stories about New York. Y'all do give East Coast. I mean, we're from the East Coast. Like we grew up on the East Coast.
Right.
So, yeah. Surprised Steele doesn't watch Severance.
Steele doesn't watch anything. Steele watches Big Brother and Traitors and Old Survivors.
And Old Survivors.
Yeah.
And Old Big Brothers. What are your thoughts on Amelia Perez? I thought it was... I'm an Amelia Perez apologist.
I do think it's interesting how the backlash of Amelia Perez has gotten so loud and big over the past week and a half, I feel like. And I'm like, I feel like y'all were not talking this bad about this movie a month ago.
Sure. There's a different push now. Well, because now a month ago, no one was really seriously considering it as a contender to win. But now some people are just oh no. But also the Arianators.
Oh, I
and other people who don't like the movie and everything like that.
Yeah.
Amelia Perez, it's a hard movie to sort of pinpoint how to feel about it because it's such an evocative watch. And there are so many moments where you're just this is thrilling and exciting and the story's so interesting and everything. But then there's some moments where it's just what? What is this? So it's hard to put in a box. Yeah. Which excites a lot of people, which I think is why it's a lot of filmmakers it's really resonating with them. So yeah, I mean Amelia Perez is just Amelia Perez. Is this chat behind that chat?
No.
Oh. Oh, people are just asking the same question. Yeah, because Marilla asked people thought Gaga, Celine, and Ariana would be best supporting role. I think Amelia Perez is kind of it, but then I kept hearing it's getting awards, and now people are offended.
Okay.
If I were to watch one of the Best Picture nominees, which would you recommend?
Ooh.
Well, what are you into?
Yeah. Liked Wicked. Liked The Substance.
Yeah, are those the only two you saw?
Let's see.
Yeah, you saw Conclave.
I did see Conclave.
You
liked
didn't
all three.
See Dune 2. You didn't see Anora. See Anora. Anora is very fun and just wonderful.
I'll see Anora.
And it implements just my favorite comedy trope, which is get all of the main characters in one room at once and have them all scream at each other at the same time. I will always find that funny. And Sean Baker puts it in every single one of his movies. I love it. And I'm always yeah, I loved Anora. You didn't see The Brutalist.
No, that's so long.
The Substance, Conclave, Wild Robot are my favorite. I was gonna watch The Brutalist because I haven't seen a film with an intermission. It's always a fun time.
Is Wild Robot nominated for Best Picture?
No.
Oh, okay.
It got score, sound, obviously animated feature.
Curious about that one.
I'd recommend Dune 2 as well if you've seen Dune 1. I like Dune 2 over Dune 1. And I really liked both, but Dune 2 I was just oh.
Would you watch Dune 2 without watching Dune 1?
No.
Would you encourage someone to watch it?
No, you should know what's going on. John 2 did not get nominated, and I am verklempt. Wild Robot made me ugly cry. I hear Wild Robot's great. Did you see Wild Robot?
I haven't. Okay. I would watch that though.
Jackson?
No, not yet. I don't think so.
You know what's really gay? Robots. Ask Turing. Yeah. How much is Joe Alwyn in The Brutalist? He's in it a lot. He's in it a good amount.
Grace is a Joe Alwyn stan.
Yeah. But yeah, Anora, I think you would like it. I think all the male supporting performances are fantastic.
In Anora?
Yeah, the guy who got nominated, Yura Borisov, one of my favorite performances of the year. Wow. He's so great, but all the guys are really good. I agree that Dune 2 is an improvement on a great movie.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Dune fans.
Yeah. And I'm not a sci-fi girl. I like it if it's good, but I loved it. The Brutalist is really underrated because people don't give it a chance it deserves. Give it a chance.
It's really long, guys. From someone who's not going to watch it, that runtime is something else. Yeah. It's something else.
But it doesn't feel like that. You really don't feel it. Anora is marketing weird. The best part of it is a comedy. Featured in the trailer. I missed that comment. I'm sad Maria didn't get more recognition. It got cinematography, which was deserved. Actress, I would have loved for it to get in, but there's only so many slots, guys. I'm glad that at least one of the Culkins got taken seriously. Is Anora the stripper movie? Yeah. Unpopular opinion. I have no idea why Yura got in. Oh,
Who's Yura?
Yura, he's in Anora. I loved him. I loved him. I want to watch The Substance, but I'm kind of weird with gore. You'll be fine. Just go in, take a deep breath.
Close your eyes if you need to.
Close your eyes if you need to.
There are moments, but I think The Substance is worth it, even because I am not a gore person either.
Give me the Joe Alwyn edit. You just want to watch Joe Alwyn? Like without knowing what the hell's happening in the movie, Grace?
Kobe and his daughter passed away 5 years ago today. Oh my God.
I remember that.
I do too. Devastating.
Actress could have easily had 10 worthy nominations this year. Yeah. Nora's so good. Did Luca Guadagnino's films cancel each other out this season? It seems like the studio wanted to push Queer more as like the awards movie over Challengers, but maybe Queer for them was just a little too odd and esoteric, or I
heard it was boring.
It's just
the rumor I heard was that it was boring.
So I don't know if that was necessarily the best choice, because Challengers is a little more like straightforward plot, erotic drama.
I miss Challengers. That should have gotten stuff.
But it came out so early in the year.
I know. I went for my birthday.
No movie should be that long. Anora was great. I'm interested in Amira and The Substance. Anora, I'm assuming. But neither are streaming yet, right?
The Substance is streaming.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's on Mubi, but you just have to go through you have to go through your Amazon and get a 7-day free trial. That's why I did it, and I watched it at my parents' house.
Well, Mubi is the distributor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's interesting because the thing is, like, I think, like, I heard that Universal and another distributor, like, big distributor, like, wanted The Substance, but they told the director, we really want this movie, but you would have to refilm the ending and, like, completely change it. And the director said, eat shit. I'm going with this tiny ass distribution company, and it ended up being like this huge success.
Good for you.
So it's like, good for you, girl.
Yes.
And good for Mubi, because Mubi was
like, yeah, we'll play this.
Now we're on the map.
Right.
So good for everyone.
Wait, how long is The Brutalist?
It's like 3 hours and 40 minutes. I don't know if that's with the intermission or without the intermission. Queer was great, but I would pick Sebastian Stan for that 5th slot over Craig any day. I need to see The Apprentice still. I loved Sebastian Stan in A Different Man. Also, Adam Pearson in that movie is great. Neon and A24 also wanted The Substance, but they couldn't agree on a price. Everyone wanted this. Good for Mubi.
I know, right?
Good for fucking Mubi.
They're like, we're putting all our money into this.
Wicked should win something for not relying on the green screen. It was a beautiful movie. It had green screen. All that stuff wasn't built, girl. There's green, like some green screen stuff. Yura was great. Him not speaking much and in control of his emotions was quite stood out against all the loud people. Yeah, I think it's a great performance. Brutalist is 3 hours and 45 with an intermission.
Okay.
I really thought The Fall Guy was going to make people talk about adding an award for best stunts. That would be a great addition. Oh my God, I would need a nap after watching that movie. That's insane. Yeah, it's a
long one.
You got an intermission, so you can get up like I did, use the bathroom.
Yes, you did get up.
Stretch your legs.
Gotta stretch them out.
Maybe like text your friend about like Traders real quick, which I do, because my friend Fernando's watching, and he's just like, "What the fuck is Danielle doing?"
I mean, that's what we all were thinking this week.
Queen,
what the fuck?
Queen.
The thing is, the episode prior was like, okay, Danielle's getting it back on track, and then this past episode was like, oh no,
I know,
oh
it's
no,
great. Television.
Oh my gosh,
Nora is a real life version of Pretty Woman. Hey babes, looking fab. Thank you.
Thank
Adding
you.
an award for best stunt seems dangerous to me. Like they go too far to get that trophy. Fair.
Boston Rob headache.
Yeah, that is a good point. Like, it's the same reason why like certain moves are like illegal in like figure skating. It's because they're too dangerous, and they're just like, everyone will try to attempt these very dangerous moves, so we can't allow them.
Yeah.
And they said Gone with the Wind was long during... Oh, missed that. It doesn't annoy me when people mark it on, we did all the live singing or we built all this. Like, girl, I get it, but it was a mix of both. And that's fine, because it's the movies. And like, relax. Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of audio you hear in movies is like mixing in like other takes and stuff like that.
Right. Not to mention ADR.
ADR. Sometimes ADR is a little more obvious though. Yeah. When ADR is like so obvious, I'm just like, oh. But you got to do what you got to do.
Twister should get an award for prettiest male lead. You mean Glenn Powell? That's funny.
I think that's what Devos was up for.
Prettiest male lead.
Prettiest male lead. Ready for Demi Moore versus Fernanda Torres. People will complain about Wicked being long, but we'll sit through 3 straight hours of Avengers.
Oh, Palmer, did you see Ashley and Tyler from Love is Blind are divorcing? I did see that. Boston Rob scares me a little. I'm happy he uses his powers for reality TV and not.
Have you guys heard of Perfume Genius?
I've heard of Perfume Genius, but I've not listened to his music. You said the biggest crush on Boston Rob. People have said that, and I've seen when Boston Rob was younger, and it's like he looks all right, but like,
oh, I would have.
I'm not like dying.
He's not your type.
Yeah, I'm like, what am I?
He's mine. Yeah, I just looks. There's a charm. There's a northeast coast charm there, and I'm like, yeah.
It just looks a little like
grungy. Yeah,
I don't know.
I like a little something,
Oh.
For those who haven't seen it, The Substance is literally the dark version of Death Becomes Her. Best stunts would be more of like the coordinators and choreographers. Yeah. I love Boston Rob more than I can explain.
Even like currently though, like watching the traitors now, you still love him.
Well, now there's just like such a like respect. Like it's like there's a reason why like I am going so hard for Danielle Reyes, even though like, mistakes could potentially be made.
Potentially.
I mean, you don't know. She's still fucking there, isn't she?
By the skin of her teeth. Let's see what weird stuff she does next week.
I know. I can't wait.
Oh my gosh.
When people are shouting and talking over each other in Honora, I thought it's so David O. Russell coded. Boston Rob looks like he doesn't wipe his butt.
Oh, Lord.
I watched a cult classic movie called Liquid Sky. I don't know what that is.
I didn't either.
But, cool.
Should we do part 2?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
We did it. We took our bathroom breaks.
Yes.
Talked to the people.
We did that.
We're refreshed, and we are here. But first, give the ad.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to and or watching the podcast. It means so much to us. Please go to your Apple Podcast or Spotify and leave us a 5-star rating or review. Again, we do only accept 5-star ratings and reviews. If you enjoy the podcast, let us know. And if you don't enjoy it, keep it to yourself. And if you really want to support us, go to patreon.com/2gameapps where you can get extra bonus content from us very regularly. We put up recently music video reactions to incredible UK girl band Flow. We're going to be watching some Doechii performances and putting those up on Patreon soon. And also you go to Patreon and vote on who you think is going to win at the Grammys next week, because we have a Grammy pool that's been running for a while. But make sure you do it this week if you're going to be a part of it, because the Grammys are happening Sunday. We don't want you to miss out.
We don't.
Yes.
It's for you, the people.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we are on to Email My Heart. This is the section of the podcast where we answer any questions that you guys might have. You can be a part of Email My Heart if you email us at 2gamats@gmail.com. 2 is spelled TWO.
Yes.
We have a bunch of questions, and some of the questions are like really short, so I think we can like knock them out.
Let's see.
And one of the questions leads into my giving me moments. So
perfect.
First question comes to us from Luke. Luke says, just want to say I hope you're safe from the fires. So thank you very much, Luke. Secondly, Matt Steele question, more directed towards you. Oh no, sorry. This is the one that connects to Give Me Moments. I'm sorry.
Lord.
Oh God, I just fucked all this up. Okay, sorry. This is the one I meant to read from Theo. Spoiler, Luke is coming.
Okay.
All right. Email My Heart. What would happen? Hi, Matt. I was rewatching SNL, and some of the best moments are the joke swaps that Michael Che and Colin Jost do every Christmas, where they write each other's jokes and that the other has never seen, and the other person has to read them. That got me thinking. Matt Palmer always chooses the News for Idiots stories, and I thought it'd be interesting if in one of these upcoming podcasts, Matt Steele chose the News for Idiots topics, as I know he is semi-less pop culture focused. I wonder how many Broadway stories he would find. And if you don't do this, just curious, Matt Steele, what kind of topics would you be choosing for News for Idiots? Best, Theo. You don't want me to choose. I wouldn't know where to look. Like I guess I would like see what they're talking about on social media.
Yeah.
But I think we would kind of choose the same thing.
I think so too. I mean,
listen, yeah, I'm tuned into the Broadway stuff and everything, but there isn't like every week multiple stories about Broadway happening that are beyond like, oh, Nick Jonas and Adrienne Warren just released like a video. Cool. You know, so I don't know. I think Matt Palmer does a good job with that.
Thank
also,
you.
you're better on that iPad. You know, I don't use an iPad.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I do it on my phone these days.
Oh, you do it on your phone these days. Yeah. But you're also like tuned into like, do you still read that blog?
I do.
Yeah. What's it called?
Oh, no, they didn't.
Oh, no, they didn't.
Yes.
So Matt Palmer, I'm not the one who you want doing this, because it would literally be just a podcast about like, what did you do all week? And I go into a full like description about like, remember that story I just told a couple minutes ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. And I was still waiting for the point of that
That
one.
would be like the news for idiots.
I love that.
So, but maybe one day.
Maybe.
I don't know. Matt Palmer has to get real sick again, and I have to like do a podcast by myself. So this next one is from Myrna. Hi, 2Gay Mats. I am a new podcast lover, and I love you two so much. You guys are my new comfort, and I always enjoy listening. Recently, I've been struggling with accepting my sexuality and being comfortable with who I am. I do want to grow more confident, but I find it hard, especially growing up religious and feeling like I'm a disappointment. Could you guys share how you grew to be happy with your sexuality and get rid of that internalized homophobia? What helped you guys? Please share anything you guys are willing to. Thanks again. 1,458 days until the next president's inauguration. We can make it through, y'all. We can make it through.
That's beautiful.
And you will make it through as well. I mean, the best... See, I don't know how much I can talk on this topic, just because it was never like sort of an issue for me. I didn't really grow up in a super religious household. I don't know what that's like. And so the hard thing about coming out for me wasn't necessarily the actual coming out and like coming to terms with my sexuality. It was more so just like, now like if I tell my mom, she's gonna know I think about sex. Like that's gross. Like that's weird and like awkward, you know?
Right.
So that was kind of the hard thing for me. Did you have any?
I think I had a few thoughts. I mean, I think being around other gay people is helpful. It's like, because you can be such a harsh critic of yourself at that time. You can be like, oh, I should stop doing XYZ things. And like, that's what I don't like about myself. And it's what makes me gay. And it's just, you know, you're much harsher with yourself. But if you have a friend or like a group of friends that's very gay or queer friendly, and you can like experience how beautiful they are, it's like, you would not be nitpicking everything they did, like nitpicking how they held their hands or like how they walked, how they talked, to be something different. You would love them for who they were. And you've just kind of got to turn that inward and be like, okay, if my options in life are like isolate myself and not live fully and like have my parents and people that I look up to at this current moment be happy with me, or live my truest life, be the person I was born to be, and like lose some people that, you know, would not love me anymore or would not support me anymore, I would just always choose option 2. Like, I know it's easier said than done. You sound young. Maybe at some point you can, like, maybe you're not in the position to be like, oh, well, I need my parents to pay for my college, or I need my parents for XYZ reasons. You could be living with your parents or something. Don't rush it. Take your time. But I think just be kind with yourself and know that at the end of the day, your life is yours. And of course you want to have support from people in your life that have always been there. And hopefully they will come back around if they are, you know, taken aback or upset when you first tell them. But at the end of the day, it is your life and it's up to you to make it what you want it to be. Mm-hmm. And I think it is important to live as authentically as possible. It is now 2025 and living joyfully as an out queer person is an act of resistance. And we're never going to let Donald Trump and his fucking cronies win. So I would try to fight the urge of letting fear be the guiding light and let like the possibility for joy be the guide. Yeah. You know?
And also when the time comes for you to say, come out to your family, you know, you say they're religious, they have a religious background. You know, if you do, you know, finally decide to come out to them, you don't know how they will react. But if it is a little hard for them at first, I would also say, like, you know, I would say, at the beginning, like, give the grace that you can.
Sure.
They will be trying to figure it out in the same way you are. So so give them the grace, and then you never know how they're going to react, and if it still is a problem, like a while down the road, and you feel like they're being too harsh, then you can course correct however you feel is appropriate then. But in the beginning, they will have to wrap their heads around it. So give grace to them for that. I will also say, in terms of sort of like accepting yourself, when I was younger, I always knew like, oh, I'm a more effeminate being, and I have a way of acting and talking and everything that is different from like the other boys. Maybe there were moments where I was like, oh, I should maybe try to like take on some of these mannerisms as some of these other boys and everything. Maybe like try talking like them a little bit, see what that feels like. And every time I'm talking like, beginning of middle school, right. I would dip my toe into, like the being like sup, and like, doing the head nod to be like, hey, what's up? And I would always try it, and I would just be like, this feels so stupid. This truly does not feel like me.
Right.
But also, I started to realize, especially in like early high school, like, oh, when I don't act like myself, people don't think I'm funny. Like when I act like myself, people find me very entertaining and funny. And so I want to lean into what makes me. So that was very much incentive to lean into what makes me me.
Yes.
So I would say, if, you have feelings of like insecurity about, how you act or how you come across, really just like lean into what you are talented at. Like, I'm very talented at expression. What? Is that even a talent?
I don't know that it is.
It sounded right coming out of my mouth. Y'all know what I meant.
Kind of.
Yeah, but like that's something that people find entertaining about me. So like whatever your talent is, because everyone's good at something, lean into whatever that is, and that is who you truly are. And it doesn't even matter if like there are some people who, if you lean into what you are, good at, there might be some people who are just like, ugh, what is this? But like most people will be like, oh, you're fucking awesome.
Right.
So really like focus on the things that make you specifically you.
Yes.
I feel like that is very helpful, and that gets you to really like love yourself.
We believe in you.
We love you.
And we love you.
Yeah, you're doing great. Kelly Clarkson question.
Oh.
From Anthony says, if this wasn't in your News for Idiots segment, wanted to hear you discuss. Kelly Clarkson's releasing a new song and music video this year independently. She announced it in her interview with Keke Palmer, and then this weekend her show released a 10-minute interview on Instagram, and the second half is about her new music. Curious about your thoughts on this development. To me, I am so happy she wants to be making music, with 1, being a single mom, and 2, her show being so successful. I wouldn't blame her at all if she wanted a break, so it's just so exciting and heartwarming to me that this is something she clearly wants to do. And Atlantic Records was fine, but I don't think their promo for her was anything special. The one false sign of promise was the Love So Soft music video, but everything after that has been mid. Kelly seems genuinely excited for full control and being free of genre limits. I'm so stoked. What do y'all think?
I'm right there with you. I'm excited. I feel like everybody at a certain level of fame at this stage in the game, like in this like cycle of with the music industry, whatever era we're in currently, what a major record label can do for you when you are Kelly Clarkson and in people's homes every single day. It's like, okay, if you guys aren't getting me on the radio, you guys aren't like investing and making really great music videos for me, then like what exactly are you doing? Like that I cannot do myself. Like I can make this music, I can get it out there to my fans, and I can make sure people are enjoying the stuff I put out, and like I can hear less about like, oh, it should be more like this. Like this should be more like Billie Eilish. This should be more like Chappell Roan. Like she can just make the art she wants to make and put it out the way she wants to, and give every song, album, music video the time, love, and care that she wants to give to it. I think it's brilliant. I think every artist of that caliber who's been around this long deserves to be making the money that they should be making off their own music, and labels take up so much of that money that they would be making.
And you know what? Even if it doesn't make that much money, at least she can say like, I am decades into my career. I'm going to do whatever I want, and I'm going to create the art that feels good for me. And at the end of the day, even if it makes 5 cents, like I have this catalog, and you always say, Kelly, you love Kelly Clarkson because she doesn't write just to write.
Yes.
She writes songs like when you can really feel like she feels the impetus to write.
Yes.
So if she feels the impetus to write, guarantee you it'll probably be excellent.
I can't wait to hear it.
So I'm very excited about that. Good for her.
Yes.
Very quick, simple question from Lily. Basically, wondering now that Torture Poets Department is out and you've listened for quite a while, where would you rank it in Taylor Swift albums in terms of the ranking of all 11? I'm putting it smack dab in the perfect middle to me.
Okay.
Like I would put it over my bottom 5, but under my top 5.
I agree with that. I mean, what are your bottom 5? I'd say
Bottom 5 are Reputation, Folklore, Evermore, Midnight's debut. Not in that order.
Yes. I think I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I think I can agree with that.
Okay.
Yes.
Simple as that.
Yes.
But Lily also says, how would you rank her track 5s? But Lily, we do have a plan of making a Taylor Swift track 5 bracket video at some point.
Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for that. Still watch. So this next question that I accidentally started reading earlier in the podcast.
Iconic.
It leads into my giving me moments. And then also, do you want to talk about traders at the end of the podcast?
I mean, do you want to talk about it now? Let's talk about traders
Okay,
now.
let's talk about traders now. We're messes.
I mean...
Guys, Danielle Reyes.
Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the latest episode of Traders, just fast forward. We're going to be talking about the last episode for a couple minutes.
My favorite Big Brother player of all time.
Yes.
Danielle Reyes.
Yes.
Is trying to kill me. We went into that episode with the trailer, her being like, I'm going after Boston Rob, and you see her talking to Carolyn.
And you think, oh, they're going to be this dynamic duo.
But I knew that there would be some, the Traders editors are brilliant, and they really just know how to bait and switch. And I just knew Boston Rob was not going to go this week. I did not know, however, that not only would Danielle Reyes, greatest Big Brother player to never win, let's remind ourselves. I had no idea that she would not only go after Boston Rob, but come up with the craziest long roaded roundabout way to get him out, and that is to first eliminate her ally and fellow trader Carolyn so she can bring in a new trader and get out Boston Rob.
Because why does she decide she can't work with Carolyn just because they've been on Survivor, so she thinks they might have an alliance?
Maybe. Well, here's the thing. The thing also with traders and any other reality show other than Big Brother that annoys me is you never know the full story. You don't they can edit. She could be making the most brilliant move of all time for all we know. But the way the edit looks, they're not giving us all the details, like everything she's thinking. And they're just making it look chaotic and messy, which is great television, guys. But, so for all we know, Carolyn is a fucking disaster. And Danielle Reyes is like, I cannot work with this person.
Right.
And the thing is if Traders was a game where thinking about the long game was the way to go, like Big Brother, you got to think about the long game and think 12 steps ahead. Traders and Survivor, they're so fast moving, you got to be in the moment.
Right.
So I think a move like this works for a long game like Big Brother, but not for Traders. And I think that is where the confusion lies.
There is confusion because that on top of when they went and did that challenge where they're supposed to be answering questions, and if you get it right, you can put your face up there to possibly get an immunity or whatever they're called in this a shield. And she keeps picking faces that are not hers, which makes it look like, oh, I know I'm safe because I'm a fucking traitor.
But see, I think that moment is people are making a little bit too big of a deal of that. I think that's the edit. I think there could be a world in which their strategy is I'm going to do this, so a reverse psychology type thing. I think there is a world in which someone would do that,
but no one else there did.
That is
she was the only one who did it.
Yeah, but also the thing that I'm hoping. Listen, I am in love with the people who they picked for Traders for this season because they're so messy. But next season of Traders, I want it to be a full season where non-strategic or big personality players are the traders. Because I think that would make for a slightly more interesting, or not more interesting than what's happening now, but it would just be a nice little refreshing change for the next season, you know? Have wonderful little Sam be a trader and see how that goes.
Right.
And everyone is suspecting these huge people who were strategic masterminds on their seasons of reality TV to be the traders. And they're just no, guys, really, it's not
Sam.
us. It's Sam. I think that would be a good goal for next season's Traitors. But the Traitors, they love showing us one thing and switching it up on us. So for all we know, Danielle Reyes could still win, and it all is working, and they're just making it look like it's like horrible, crazy, messy moves just to entertain us, which they are.
The preview for next week, because the fact that Carolyn has now found out.
Oh my God.
That Danielle was saying her name.
The whole episode, I was like, oh my God, Danielle, this is a crazy idea, but she's going to pull it off. She's going to pull it off. She's going to pull it off. And then when fucking Dylan tells Carolyn, Danielle said your name, but then will Carolyn be a huge mess and people will be like, what's wrong with Carolyn? Let's get her out. Like, I'm praying that's what happens. I'm hoping and praying, 'cause I'm rooting for my girl until the bitter end.
I mean, it's clear that you are, and I love that you have those rose-colored glasses on. But man, she shit the bed. And that was not her episode.
No.
But
then isn't that an interesting edit? Because we're creating this dynamic arc for her. An arc right out the door, babe. I don't foresee it. Like, I don't see her lasting another 2 weeks. I don't. But we'll see. I see her lasting another week. Another 2 weeks will be hard.
Will be hard.
Yes. So that's where we are.
I was also sad when Chrishell sent Nikki home.
But also, it's like Chrishell, and I realize you're not one of the strategic players on the game, but like, even if you think Nikki is a traitor, you know that Nikki is your ally.
Exactly.
You have to keep your ally around. It's the same reason why like CT and like Trishelle and whatever, they went after Phaedra instead of Parvati, because they were like, Parvati will work with us, even though we know both Phaedra and Parvati are traitors. So like, it's kind of an interesting balance that you have to play for the game. So Traitors has given us a show.
I mean, it's a great show.
And it's also interesting to see the Bravo reality fans react to a strategic show on the internet, because the way they write about when people make a dumb move, when people make a dumb move on Big Brother or Survivor, people in the comments are just like, oh, this, like the fans are like, oh, they're so stupid. Like, this is such a stupid move. I'm so annoyed.
Right.
The Bravo and like those fans act like it is a personal attack, and they are like, they rip you to shreds if they think you're playing a bad game.
Wait, about Danielle?
Oh, yes.
Really?
It is way harsher than... The Big Brother fans and Survivor fans will just be like, oh, what a dumbass move and everything. But, woo, y'all on social media, you go hard.
I mean, it is personal to us. Like, I feel like the whole interaction's personal. But... I mean, she hasn't done anything to a Bravo person, so it's not like I'm mad. Like, she wasn't the one that got Dorinda out. Like, I'm still mad at Bob, even though Bob's already gone.
I think she wanted Dorinda out too, though.
She might have, but it was Bob who really, really did it. Bob, who we love and I wish was still there. That's another issue I have, is like the more entertaining people aren't there. I love Gabby. I felt bad for her and that whole Bambi's thing.
Yeah.
It was a great episode. It's just a great season, even if the show, like you like to say, the game has its problems.
Yeah.
The show is excellent.
It's a mess. It's like the Real Housewives version for reality competition show people, where it's just like the game doesn't matter, but it's like a soap opera of a game as opposed to being an actual game. Okay, so here's another slight email my heart that will lead into giving me moments where we talk about the media or anything that was giving us life this week. This is from Luke. Obviously, I said before, wish us well for the fires. Thank you, Luke.
Thank you.
Secondly, Matt Steele. There is the new biopic out from Robbie Williams, Better Man. It has done really well in Oz and in the UK. Heard reports it has bombed in the US. Do you know why? Robbie is not making it in the USA. I saw it and it was a little bit strange, but it was such a good story. Love you both. Can't wait to hear your Traitors thoughts.
I'm interested in this movie, and I just want to say, are we not supposed to, like, Robbie Williams isn't a celebrity here. So that's, I feel like, a big part of why it didn't do as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But fuck all of y'all for not seeing this movie, because it's so fucking good.
Wow.
It's so good. It's so much fun. It's so emotionally cathartic. The visuals, the rock DJ number is out of control. So many numbers are out of control good, like in such various different ways. I mean, you feel so much for this poor little monkey who is Robbie. And I think that's just such a bold move to just be like, I want a biopic of me made. How do we make it interesting?
Yeah.
Oh, let's not make it this let's not make it like weird and like super surreal or anything like that. Let's just simply have a simple story and just make the main character a monkey.
Exactly.
And it just gives it such a funny flair. And I'm just like, I love Robbie Williams. Like, I'm like rooting for him the entire time. The performances are so good. The music is great. It is a great time at the movie theater.
Okay.
Yeah. So I encourage y'all to see it if it's still playing at the theaters where y'all are at. I had such a fucking good time. But another movie I saw is a movie that apparently the Academy members, all the branches, had a good time as well, even though I wouldn't really call it a good time movie, is the movie I'm Still Here, famously nominated for Best Picture by surprise.
Yes.
Just a couple days ago. It is a Brazilian movie starring Fernanda Torres, and she plays, based on a true story of this woman who, this is in 1970, and there was a period of like 20 years, I want to say, where Brazil was occupied like under a military fascist like regime. And so this woman, her husband was a congressman before the regime took hold. And so for a few years, the husband had to like leave the country. And then after a few years, he felt like it was safe to come back. So he came back with his, and lived with his wife and his 5 kids. And, they're living under this like awful government, but they're making it through. They're still having a wonderful time living this lovely family life and everything. But the husband is still semi like, underground, like helping people who are, against the government. It is eventually, found out that the husband is, coordinating with people who are, against the government. He, gets people can knock on the door and they take him in for questioning, like just like, regular questioning, blah, blah, blah. And he never comes back. So this woman's husband essentially has disappeared.
Oh my gosh.
And so she is trying to, deal with that, everything. And so it turns out that, spoiler alert, that her husband was like tortured and eventually died after like 2 days or whatever. And they like never recovered his body and everything. And they're fighting to get like a death certificate and everything. And so it's about this woman and her journey through trying to, like raise her kids on her own while also dealing with this. She eventually, becomes the woman's amazing. She goes to law school at like 48 and lives this life and so Fernanda Torres, is like the anchor, obviously, that is like holding this movie in place. It is a devastating movie, and the thing that's so devastating about it, especially now, is like watching it the day after like Trump's inauguration and seeing this type of government and like people living a seemingly normal life with this type of government all around you and how they navigate that. It felt too real. And so I was really horrified through it. But the performance by Fernanda Torres is everything people are making it out to be. I mean, just like such a stoic, beautiful, simple performance. There is a scene where she realizes, after she realizes like husband's not coming back and everything, and she is out to like get ice cream with her kids, and she is just, there's a moment where she's really just looking at all the tables with all the families, and just the look on her face, just silently watching all these families, is like the most devastating like thing I can imagine. She is it's such a devastating performance, but so strong. I mean, there's moments in the films where there's a moment where they're taking a picture for the newspaper as she's fighting to get more information about her husband, and the photographers and journalists are just like, oh, the newspaper wants like a picture where you look kind of serious, like we don't want a happy picture. And she's just like, no, we will all be smiling in this picture. And she makes all the kids smile in the picture, like we will show that we are going strong, and like this will not kill us. We are still living our lives. And it's a fantastic performance. And it's wonderful because Fernanda Torres, she's the second Brazilian woman nominated at the Oscars, like actress nominated at the Oscars. The very first was Fernanda Montenegro, who is who is her mother.
Oh, wow.
And so it's like mother-daughter duo. And
That's
her
amazing.
mother, actually, if spoiler alert again, it flashes forward to 2014 when she's an old woman, and her mother plays her
That's awesome.
as an older woman. So it's like a beautiful moment, and also very, poetic that it's like mother's nominated for an Oscar for 1998's Central Station. And her mother's like the Meryl Streep of Brazil.
Really?
Like she's known as like she's considered like the greatest Brazilian actress ever. And so it's wonderful that her daughter is following her, footsteps in that regard. See it, nominated for Best Picture and Actress and International Feature. And Viva Brazil.
Viva Brazil.
Viva Brazil. Yeah, we love you guys.
We do.
So yeah, definitely recommend both movies. Very different movies.
Yes.
But both pieces of cinema.
Absolutely.
Matt Palmer, what has been giving you moments this week?
Well, as I mentioned at the beginning, I did on Friday go to the movie theater myself to see a film. It was my one thing I did that day with my sickness, and it was a film entitled Sing Sing.
How did you and your sickness find Sing Sing?
We found it to be lovely, impactful, important, and the performances are truly out of this world. I know Matt Steele went on and on about this when he talked about this movie, however long ago, because, it's been...
It came out in like July for when I first saw it.
It's been in theaters, out of theaters, back in theaters, and I was like, okay, I can't stream this. I need to go and watch it. And Coleman Domingo is just so incredible. He is kind of like the ringleader of the RTA department at the Sing Sing jail, where it's rehabilitation through the arts, I believe is what it's called. It's like they're putting together plays, and they put on plays. I think it's every 6 months, and it opens with him trying to find a new, person, a new prisoner who's going to join the group. And he comes across Clarence Macklin. They, round up. He joins the group, but seems to be a little wary, a little like, I'm not going to automatically be trusting you, Coleman Domingo, or this whole situation, even though he's like, yeah, I want to do a comedy. Like, he kind of shakes things up in a way that the other people didn't. They're also deferential to Coleman because he kind of is the ringleader or whatever. But as the film goes on, they become closer and closer. And, Coleman explains why he needs to fight for clemency and fight for the opportunity maybe to get out of here one day. And that all goes a certain direction. It is a film that I think is so important because you are seeing such incredible performances from these actors who found themselves as actors while they were in Sing Sing. Yeah. Actually, these are not like people who went and trained and went to college and have been actors their entire lives, but like, you could have fucking fooled me, especially Clarence Macklin. Like, if he had gotten that supporting actor nom, I know he is nominated for being a part of the writing team for the movie, and so that's great. But man alive, by the end of the movie, I was like, oh, this guy must be, I just think he must be one of the people that has been trained, that is outside of,
It's just Coleman and what's his name, who was nominated for the ear movie, oh God, this is Sound of Metal.
Yes.
Keep talking.
Okay, yes. It just
Paul Raci.
Yes, it is a great, great film that I cannot recommend enough. And just the story is so incredible. And it's one of those things where you're like, okay, I assume some of this is real, but some of this is fabricated. I imagined the play that they were the kind of outside coach guy for the group kind of writes a play and puts all of these different things that all of the people wanted in the show, some Hamlet and some.
That's my favorite aspect of the movie is they were traditionally oh, every play that we put on is a regular play and everything,
right.
But Clarence Macklin comes in and he's just no, we should have robots and we should have dinosaurs. It's just it's a mix of Shakespeare and just we're just throwing shit at the wall.
Freddy Krueger's in it.
It's very art pop, and but that's what acting is all about. It's just you're just kids playing and just using your imagination. And so who cares if the show doesn't make any sense?
And so I assumed that was just a part of the movie making this fun. And then they show you at the end the footage of oh no, this actually was what happened in Sing Sing. The video of this performance of this weird cobbled together show exists with many of the actors that you just watched in this cinematic version of this story. It just was truly unbelievable. And I couldn't believe the performances that I was watching. These people were so incredible and have been through so much, the hardship. It just, I just can't recommended enough.
And
Like
you just like see
unreal.
it. Like you get just like an art. You see them on screen and you see them act, and you're just like they are such a real person.
Yes.
You know, the lens does not lie. And when you have someone who's just so authentic, it reads so differently from like, you know, no shade to, you know, people like me. Like it reads so differently from like trained actors, because it just feels, you're just like, I am truly watching real people. It's why Sean Baker's movies are so like wonderful and appealing and like authentic. It's because like he casts like real sex workers.
Right.
He casts like real people who like aren't trained actors
Right.
to be in his movies. And so there's just like a different energy to like these movies. You know?
And it also is like so top of mind and like so clear throughout the movie, like how much their lives must have been changed by this program. Like even before the making of this movie, like it's just like you could feel as Clarence Macklin is going through his trajectory over the course of this film. It's like, this must have happened in real life. Like these people's hearts must have grown 3 sizes just having this outlet and being able to express each other's feelings like through art. I just feel like it must have opened so many doors, and for them in such a place that's so claustrophobic, it just is so beautiful that they had this outlet and that it's become a film that is critically acclaimed and nominated for Oscars is a beautiful cherry on top. But like, I just love to see so many lives changed for the better through the arts, you know? So,
aren't the arts just beautiful?
we love the arts. Justice for the arts.
Justice for the arts.
Right?
Our art pop could be anything.
It could be anything.
Wow.
Guys, thank you so much for listening and or watching the podcast this week. I promise to cough less this time next week. But
maybe I'll be coughing. Maybe you'll get me sick and I'll be coughing.
Hey, that'll be fun.
Stay tuned.
Yes, everybody stay tuned. We'll see you next week with more Two Gay Mats, the podcast.
Bye.
Bye. Great.
How was that?
Oh.
I got a standing ovation when I saw a screening with him and Coleman last
I think that one other guy is not just Paul Racy or whatever, but the guy who played Mike, the guy he was an actor too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I looked up. I was like, who's all this?
Well, but also it's like Paul Racy, he didn't start acting until he was in his like 40s.
Really?
Yeah, he was like in the army for however long and all this stuff. So like even there's like an authenticity to like him as well.
Right.
You know, so.
Oh, it was a great movie.
Yeah.
It was great. I'm so glad because I had been looking forward to it for so long.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of good movies this year, guys.
I know, right?
Any films you're looking forward to this year?
Wicked for Good.
Wicked for Good.
Yes.
I'm about to see Presents this week.
What's Presents?
It's a Steven Soderbergh movie. It's a ghost story told through the perspective of like the ghost, where he's just like the ghost. I don't want to say he. It could be a she. The Presence is just following this family around, and I'm like, oh, seems cool. I don't know. I don't know what's coming out this upcoming year. Film Twitter needs to let me know.
Coleman Domingo and Zendaya would be the only reason I watch the next Euphoria season if it ever happens. I think it is happening. Wait, who's Coleman Domingo in
Is he in Euphoria?
Euphoria again?
I only watched season 1. The
Materialists. I don't know what that is.
What is that? The Materialists?
I can Google it. I saw Presents. It was very creepy. Get ready to get creeped out.
This is the time of year when like horror movies come out.
Yeah, Megan 2 is supposed to come out sometime soon.
Creepy.
Yeah. Nervous.
So creepy.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Ali?
Oh, he plays Zendaya's sponsor, Ali. Yes, yes.
Celine Song's new film comes out this year, really?
Oh.
Is that the material? I'm rooting for that. I'm rooting for that.
Yes.
Coleman is the sponsor for Rue.
Oh, yes.
Calls him to talk her down, basically.
Got it.
Yeah, I only saw Euphoria season 1. It's a journey.
I watched. Hey, Alex.
Hey, Alex.
How's it going?
We're about to log off.
We really are.
But we're happy you made it.
We're so happy, man. It's never too late.
It's never too... Oscar-nominated song.
Okay.
The Elton John song.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful.
Look at us being relevant.
Absolutely, we're relevant.
We predicted it, darling. Yeah. But El Mal's going to win. I can't wait for Michael B. Jordan's new movie, Sinners. Is he directing it? Because I know didn't he direct the last Creed movie or something?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Maybe co-directed? I don't know.
I think he's got the clout to
Direct on his own.
direct that full Creed. I don't know how Euphoria is happening. Jacob Elordi is like filming right now.
I don't know.
Who knows?
They said it's happening. I'm just waiting for The White Lotus to premiere because I'm ready for that. And it's been renewed, I think, for a 4th season. So ready for that too.
And have they filmed the 3rd?
Yeah, the 3rd one's in the can. It's coming out in like a month.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fucking in the can.
In the can.
I wish I had a movie in the can.
Hey, you got Devos.
Yeah, but that's out of the can.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, we need another can so we can open the can and let it out. I think it's Coogler directing it. Okay, Coogler's back. Nice. Oh, Coogler's directing the Michael B. Jordan movie. Gotcha.
Yes, so ready for White Lotus. Yes. Did you watch either of the White Lotus seasons?
I know. I would love them. I know. Time. I had so much time.
He just doesn't like television, guys.
That's
what it is.
I gotta finish Big Brother Canada 11.
Do you? Do you?
It's Oscar season. We need Steele to attend Cannes. All right, someone will get me a ticket.
Right.
Flight.
Fly him over there.
I don't know what I would do. I mean, I would go and see movies, be like, I would need to go with someone who's good at talking to people. I don't know how good I am at that.
Don't want to mix it up? Give him a little of this, some razzle dazzle.
I mean, I'll definitely be shaking my boobs at somebody.
Of course.
Because, got a network.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Got to lead with the boobs.
Yeah, but the first conversation before I go with the boobs has to be made by someone else. First contact.
I see.
Has to be. I'll go with my friend Arthur. Arthur can talk to anybody.
I love that.
Yeah, he just we go to like Big Brother cast parties and he will just talk to anyone. And I'm just like, hi, I'm his friend. I love you too. Would you agree to nude scenes for a White Lotus role? Like show my butt for White Lotus? Yeah.
Yeah, who cares?
Wouldn't it be so much fun if I showed my butt?
Yeah. We need 2 gay mats in the next White Lotus. Yes.
We're like certain characters.
It should be gay themed. I mean, Mike White's gay.
He is.
Make it like a gay resort.
Taylor Swift track 5 video sounds fun. I've seen one. You've seen? Oh, like a video
about track 5s.
About track 5s. We love.
I mean, all too well's winning. Spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler alert, guys. Sorry. What's definitely losing? Probably what's number 5 on the debut? I mean, we shouldn't spoil for the people.
We shouldn't spoil it. I think that I know you love Lover, but that number 5 isn't great.
The Archer's fine.
It's fine.
I don't know if it's like the worst.
Maybe not the worst. Maybe not the worst.
But I always forget about Mike White's season of Survivor. Sandra Bullock, Ayo, Andrew Garfield, Luca movie. I know someone who wrote the next Luca movie.
Oh,
like,
nice.
Sold the movie to Luca. Yeah, never met this person, but like it's still kind of like
that's cool. Absolutely.
I'm like in the industry.
You are.
I'm gonna go to Cannes next year.
Dear John may win. I mean, Dear John is great.
It's up there.
Dear John is great. You're absolutely right.
In the running, it's not gonna win because I mean, Ultimate's gonna win. But we're fighting for second place.
Yes.
In this bracket.
Yes.
Let's just say that. Oh, you said Luca.
Oh. All right, y'all.
This is it.
I think it's time. We love you.
You guys need to watch Elevator to the Gallows. It's so good. It's an old film, but it's not great. Do you guys know any lipstick lovers? What's that?
Don't know what that is. Bye.
Bye.
Everybody have a lovely day.